Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 11. Are we in episode 11? Is that
10.
Right? Episode 10. Oof, okay.
Halfway.
I just double checked. We are at the halfway point. Shit's about to get real. Or didn't it already last episode? I feel like Shar was like crying mess last episode because that method acting. But before we can get into whatever chaos is about to ensue for today's episode, we do have some things that we have to do. And first and foremost, we would like to thank our sponsor today. Thank you, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. If you're ever curious how we do our rolls, our maps that we've done for some of our other games, all the integration that we've done, that's all through Roll20. They're super handy. Being able to make custom sheets, it is wonderful. And of course, we have merch if you want to check it out. You can head on over to designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4it and get yourself a cozy mug and a sweater for the winter and fall season for those of you who need it. I think some people are going into spring too, right? Like Australia, aren't they going into spring? I don't know everybody's seasons. But yeah, you can still wear a sweater in the spring. I feel like I even wear sweaters in the summer sometimes. It gets cold. But we are working on a chip cult design. So for those of you who are asking, it will be here someday soon, as soon as I finish it and Bentham approves it. Of course, we do want to give you all a trigger warning. There may be things that we have and do on the show that you are not interested in listening to. We totally understand that. Feel free to step away if you need to. We understand. You can come back in and watch at your own leisure as well. And of course, we would like to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Thank you for being awesome. I don't know. I always feel like I have to make like a sheep noise. We appreciate you greatly. If we can get some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep, that would be much appreciated. But if you would like to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon and become a legend tier or above. And not only do you get to support an episode, but you also get to play in a private GM'd game. We did a Witches and Spellcraft one recently, and that was super duper fun. Chaos ensued, as per usual. They made a pretty funny school, so we had a good time. Of course, we also have a whole bunch of other goodies over on our Patreon, so definitely go check those out. And of course, there are other ways to support us, like if you're watching us live here on Twitch, you can subscribe to us, which gets you access to our VODs in advance, as well as emotes. And if you have Amazon Prime, you can use your Amazon Prime for freebies. And, instead of Jeff Bezos getting that money, we get it. So decide where you would like to put your money. I would recommend you give it to us, but and of course, you can, what'd you say?
All on red. I'm betting it all.
You can also head on over to YouTube and become a YouTube member, and that gets you access to some of those emotes as well. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or a Patreon supporter, you get access to a private Discord where we had a lot of discussion. I think there was a lot of back and forth about thoughts and things from last episode. A lot of lore dropped last episode, so people had feelings, me included in those. And we understand that not everyone can support us in monetary ways. There's lots of free ways to support us, like watching us live here on Twitch. And if you can, please make clips. Thank you so much. I know Papa Tim's been powering through making clips for us. We appreciate it greatly. We're definitely going to want to do a montage of some sort. And of course, you can watch us over on YouTube, subscribe, like, comment over there. All those things help people find us. And of course, you can follow us on X and Facebook, like, share, reshare, and comment. And all of those things help us and through the algorithm having more people find us. Even if you don't have a lot of followers, because people are like, I don't have a lot of followers. I'm like, it doesn't matter. It's about the interactions that are happening on that one post. It's wild. I don't know why these things are this way, but they are. So please just help us out. And with that, you're probably sick of hearing me talk. So I'm going to hand it over to our wonderful keeper, the Mind Right, aka Kelly.
Hello.
I don't know. I really wanted to say the Mind Right for some reason.
That's fair. You got brains on the mind for some reason. I don't know why.
I'm feeling like I want to eat my friend's brains.
Little frozen brain. but we don't have to worry about that today.
Look,
because
Nate, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to eat your brain today.
Oh, wow. This is a dream come true for me in a lot of ways.
Where is this happening?
Is Marie okay with this?
No scene has been established. I'm in a black space.
It's in my dreams.
Okay. You've passed out for but a moment. But the date is Saturday, October 29th, 1994. The time is 10:28 p.m. The five of you are in Andy and Marie's Halloween decorated apartment. A Ouija board sits on the coffee table in the middle of the living room. Nate, Marie, and Andy all have their hands on a fresh chip being used as a planchette. The remnants of a broken chip are scattered around the board. Benjamin and Laura are standing just off to the side, shoulder to shoulder. One of Laura's CDs is playing on the stereo. Andy, I believe what you had just asked the board was, who died here? What ghosts are we talking to?
Yeah, I want to know. Well, because I asked if the previous owner that lived here died, and it said yes, and I was like, I want to know how they died. Also, I forgot to say something in the intro. Daylight savings is happening, and it's all kinds of wackadoodle in all the different places. So this show will be an hour later next episode, and then it'll go back to normal the episode after. So just FYI for those of you. But yeah, so I guess
all right,
with
it's 11:28 p.m.
if I hold my hand on the chip, and he just says,
How did the previous owner of this apartment die?
Nate, Marie, and Andy, each of you roll me a power roll.
ooh, power. Oh yeah, and I think, didn't Laura not get down with this? I think Laura and
Laura and Ben are off to the side.
Ben were like, nah, I'm not interested.
The chip breaking
success.
sort of freaked them out a little bit.
56
I
out
also
of 60.
just succeeded. 64
Ooh,
versus
64
65.
out of 65.
I failed 73 versus 40.
You want to use some luck?
Oh, hold on.
Drop that a good 30.
You want to use some luck?
I have 17 points of luck left. I literally cannot.
You can.
Wait, you only have
push it if you
17
want.
left?
Yeah, I have 17 left.
Oh,
You know what? Let's push it. Let's have some fun here. We're gonna push this roll.
Oh,
I
God.
can't
I was
imagine a bad
kidding.
thing happening. No,
How are
you brought it up.
pushing
I'm going
this?
for it. I'm going for it. Let's see what happens. I
He
can
just wants the
foresee no
spooks.
negative impact from this. It's 47 versus 40. I can't spend luck on a push roll, can I?
No.
All right.
So
Too bad. I could have done it.
So close.
How are you going about pushing this? As you sit here, all three of your fingers, all three of the people's fingers sort of pressed up on the chip. You sitting next to Andy and then Marie next to him. What energy are you trying to put into this chip to make it really work?
So two things. Number one, had we just asked, maybe I'm misremembering, but had we also just asked if we were going to be friends forever or something to that effect?
Oh,
the
yeah.
chip broke.
Laura
And the chip
asked that.
broke.
And the chip, like,
Yes.
and that's why Laura's like, I'm done. I'm out.
Okay.
And so did Ben.
Now I know that the chip has been moving, and you know it's been kind of weird and spooky and ooky. My question for you is, is there anything externally that Nate is feeling other than I'm in a room holding on a chip with my friends? Is it like a change in temperature, something tingling in the back of his neck, anything like that?
What's Nate's like family, almost like feeling towards a Ouija board?
Probably not very positive. I would say probably pretty negative. But Nate never really got down with all that stuff.
Okay.
Like even going by his name, because Nate's name is not just Nate, it's Naftali, which is that's a name you usually get due to either an ethnic or religious association. So that I think he comes from a background of folk who would not be pro Ouija board, but he never really bought into that stuff and is just like, ah.
I think you've sort of been caught up in the like fun, jovial party aspect of it. But as Andy asked this question, Nate sort of feels like this isn't like the previous questions were like fun, personal ones, but this is more like spiritual, like talking to the spirits in a way that you shouldn't be welcoming them. So I think as you hold your finger, there's an unusual sense of unease and almost like turning on your heritage a little bit, and you can feel that the hairs on your arms sort of stick up as you get a bit of goosebumps, and you almost feel this like guilt a bit.
Okay, so to kind of push that away, I think Nate is going to. I think he's going, feeling that, he's going to remember. He's going to think back and remember what his mom used to tell him about his name, because he got his name in part because the delivery was quite difficult, and his name in Hebrew means my struggle. And I think a lot of his life has been a struggle in a lot of different ways. And so I think that is one aspect of himself that he's always kind of identified with, even if he doesn't always go by Naphtali. So I think he, like, in that moment, he thinks back to sort of the religious associations and the more spiritual connotations of his name, and is like, all right, just got to push through this. It's going to be a struggle. We got to just, and he, trying to like bear down and almost like flex away the bad feelings.
As you do this, that moment continues, and you're not too sure if you're lost in your own thought, or if there is really something to the magic of this board. But that tingle and the hairs on your arm sort of draw back up the side of your arm, and you can feel that cold on the back of your neck as you think about the voice of your parents. And they almost resonate in your head. You can hear your mother and your father talking. You can't make out words, but it sounds like they're behind you. And they're having an argument. And you remember back to your childhood of, couples arguing, your parents having a disagreement. But this one seems more sad. And then you hear a baby crying. And it's based on the space. It almost sounds like it's coming from the smaller bedroom that the Ouija board was found. And then you hear crying and just a feeling of that struggle that you remember being imparted on you from your mom. And it leaves you cold, both emotionally and physically. And Marie and Andy, you fully just still laughing along, kind of enjoying the kind of creepy Halloween vibes, just see Nate a million miles away, staring off into the distance, his finger just barely touching the chip.
Nate will snap with his other finger and be like,
Nate, where you at, buddy?
Hmm?
You all right?
What?
We have
Sorry,
to focus on the chip.
Did you all?
Yeah. Well, we can't do this without the guac master.
Yeah. Sorry, I was hearing. Did you all hear the crying?
Crying.
Oh, now we're hearing crying.
I didn't hear any crying.
We shouldn't be doing this.
Are you
What do
messing
you
with
mean?
us, Nate? Come on.
No, sorry. I thought I it sounded like crying coming from the room. And I'll just point towards the room that we found the Ouija board in.
Andy will get up and go check out the room.
It's
Cool. Too late.
As you step forward towards the room, the light is off and it looks just as you had left it. You see all of the various baby accoutrements that you have been collecting and setting up. Nothing seems out of place.
I don't hear anything. I don't see anything. Everything looks like it's how we left it. Do you want to look?
Okay. And I'll just sort of like gingerly remove my finger from the chip and follow in behind him and sort of look in.
You swear for a moment that you see the small glint of eyes on the bed, but as you walk in, they're not there.
Ooh, I don't know. Maybe it was just the wind or like the apartment creaking or something. I thought I.
Andy will put their arm on your shoulder and kind of like shake it a little lightly, unless you oppose.
Yeah, no, go for it.
Dude, look, there's nothing.
There's gonna be a pause, and while like Nate is once again still looking at the bed, and then I'm gonna turn to you, Andy, and give a wink. And then incline my head towards the rest of the group.
Okay, Andy gets the wink and just stops for a moment in silence, and kind of stares at the bed, and then looks back at you and winks back.
You see it too, right?
Yeah.
The eyes.
Yeah. Yeah. What the hell, man?
What?
Yeah.
I get up from the table.
Yeah. There's.
I don't
there's
like
something
this. We shouldn't be doing this.
Laura, you feel
There's
Ben
something
sort
in
of
the
like
crib.
sidle behind you a little bit.
I think just like instinctively I'm like getting smaller, like hugging myself and probably like leaning back into Ben like we're huddling in a protective manner.
Nate, you gotta please tell me you're joking.
I start to back away. I'm like, I don't think I want to go in there. Ben, I have a. Could you maybe, if I told you what I saw, could you paint it and get it out?
No, absolutely not.
I don't want to go in there. And I start backing away.
What's in there?
I don't know. There's something in the crib.
It's like
Andy will
eyes.
start backing away too.
I head in and I turn on the lights.
There's nothing there.
I search the crib. I start moving all the little decorative pillows that I have in there. I don't see anything. I don't see it.
I'm gonna go back. I want to like creep back to the room and see, and look and say, right behind you, and point, and now it's there, and start like pointing around the room. How can you not see it? They must be all around you.
Stop! I don't. You're joking, right?
Okay, I definitely think he's fucking with us now.
Nate, are you fucking with us?
Can I tell that Marie is getting actually distraught?
I'm not distraught, but I would say that I'm very gullible and I don't think Nate is lying to me.
I think Andy kind of gets closer into the room and then gives Marie a wink, but keeps his back to Laura and Ben.
There's nothing in here, you guys.
Marie, is there something in there?
I don't see anything. I think they're just kidding.
Can I sort of, as I since I'm back out of the room, can I sort of sneak
Marie,
up
I thought
behind?
you'd get in on this joke too.
No way! Not when I wanted to have a real seance with a real Ouija board that we found in our creepy closet. You're ruining it.
Can I take 2
Sorry.
chips from the bag and like lightly brush them against the back of Laura and Ben's necks?
Yes.
Can I roll something to see if I notice any of this?
Give me a spot hidden. And
I think-
Nate roll a stealth.
All right.
Because Laura's like on edge right now.
My stealth is not great.
I failed. I got a 16.
I succeeded. Hard success.
Oh, you
9
got
versus
it.
22.
Wow.
Got a
Both-
60 out of 25.
Ben like immediately bolts and like turns around, freaked out. Laura, you don't see Nate coming.
You hear the most blood-curdling scream, and I turn around and I just start like smacking you. Just like open hands, just trying to protect myself
think-
from this scratch.
Andy's laughing hysterically.
I start going, whoa, whoa, and making weird, crazy, wild noises and running around the apartment.
I am chasing you and hitting you the entire time.
You suddenly hear bang, bang, bang on the front door.
Oh God, what time is it? I
Oh.
look at my watch.
Crap.
It is about just past 10:30.
Oh, okay. It's not that late. And I go to the door.
Quiet down, guys.
Hello? I open it.
You see the massive landlord standing in front of you, sort of like hunched down looking at you. Keep it down in here. It is too late.
Sorry, we didn't know that it was 10:30. We're just having a little Halloween
having a
get
party in
together. No, it's not a party. It's just a few friends.
Andy
Sort of,
Andy
like, looks
goes
up
up to the
over
door.
your head.
Andy goes to the door, kind of like blocking the path, and just says,
Look, man, we just wanted to hang out with friends a little bit, you know?
Are these
We'll keep
friends
it down.
spending the night?
No, they're all going to their designated living abodes.
This is last time I have to ask you, Andy. Turn down the music and make sure the rent is not late again.
Yeah, of course.
Marie gets smaller in the door.
I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Does anyone who is not currently standing by the door wear glasses?
Ben doesn't.
Laura doesn't.
Are there a spare pair of glasses anywhere nearby?
That's up to Marie and Andy.
I mean, I, as a glasses wearer IRL, do keep my old glasses because in case anything happens to the ones I wear, you need to have a backup pair. So those
I
would be
feel like
by the nightstand.
no male partners that I've ever had that have glasses keep their additional glasses. So Andy does not have additional.
Okay.
There's one, and if he breaks them, they're gone.
Then I think what I would like to do, I would love to do this with the glasses, but instead I will just sort of, I will pick up the Ouija board and hold it to my chest and then lean like into frame behind them and say, we're ever so sorry, sir. I am the Most Reverend Neftali, and I was brought here on behalf of your tenants because there is serious evil spiritual energy in this place. We believe that there may have been a death here, and I was brought to help ease that spirit's pain and cause it to pass on. You see,
Try
your
to
tenants
step
are...
on Nate's toes.
Nate's in the back. You're in front of the door, and Nate is like down the hallway.
I thought he was coming in, like kind of coming.
Yeah, I'm
towards
actually
us.
pretty close. You could
Oh, I
definitely
thought you
get
like
me.
peeked. I
No,
thought
he
you
was
peeked at the end of the
peeking
hallway.
up between the two of us in the doorway.
Yeah,
I
just
got
sort of
you.
like...
The way that it is a tight squeeze. Like the hallway in front of the door is. So he would see you coming up behind.
Okay, so he just sees this large figure looming out of the darkness.
I will remind you, Nate, that you are dressed in Lion King costume.
I say we were holding a ceremony
So I'm
in
going
order
to have.
to appease the spirit and cause it to leave this place.
I'm gonna go ahead and have you roll a fast talk hard. Now I'm looking at your fast talk here. And I appreciate that you play Nate constantly talking fast, but
Look, I'm giving it a shot. Let's go to hard mode. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Success.
You never know. I have a 5. You never know.
Mhm.
Here we go.
Which means
But
you have to
with the
roll
hard, you
like
have like a
2.
1.
I roll 67.
Unfortunately, it's also a tense situation, so you wouldn't be able to push it. You could spend some luck if you'd like.
I only have 17 left. I cannot afford 65 luck.
You see this probably in his late 50s man who slouched over is maybe just about Nate's height, sort of straighten up, filling the frame of the door. Do not speak ill of the dead. You buy this place furnished. You live here, you respect. You hear me? This is
Yeah,
last chance.
of course, dude.
Keep it down. And he just walks away.
And you will go over to the record player and turn it off.
What does he have against REM?
I don't know. He doesn't want plants out on the porch. He doesn't like
Kind of
anything.
hates everything. Yeah.
This place kind of little kind of sucks a little. I mean, it's a nice place, but the landlord kind of sucks.
Yeah, sorry. I thought maybe he'd at least have a sense of humor about it.
No,
maybe
I
that I
don't
could
think he has
scare
an
him a little
ounce
bit.
of sense of humor.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that.
You didn't really see anything, right, Nate?
No, we didn't see anything. It was a joke.
I looked everywhere. I didn't see anything.
He did say respect the dead, though.
Yeah,
And
we're not
that you bought this
disrespecting the
place
dead.
furnished.
That weird? I mean, that is
Yeah,
weird.
it is a little weird.
It's weird that the Ouija board said yes to that. I'm
I still want to know how they died.
gonna maybe. We're out of beers. Maybe I'll go grab some more and some chips.
You're gonna leave me like alone while they do this?
I mean, you can come with. There's just a place down the street.
I'm gonna go with Ben. I think.
All right.
I just don't think
I'll-
you guys should like mess with it.
I'm sorry. I should have listened to you, Laura. I didn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, we're just having fun. We don't have to play the Ouija board. You guys don't have to leave, you know?
We could just watch another movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I still want to grab provisions, but we'll be back. I'm maybe just put
Alright.
it back where it came from. I think I'd feel better if it was.
Well, I'm not going to put it back in the baby's room. That's weird.
Right. All right. Can I borrow your keys
Here.
Right.
to get back in?
Yeah.
All right. Laura, shall we?
Yeah. Just don't invite any like demonic spirits into the place before we get back, please.
I'll try.
And if you do, make sure that they like metal.
Also, make sure you all keep your clothes on.
It's cold out.
That was a joke because last time, never mind. Maybe you don't
And he
remember.
came home.
Yeah, I straight up kick Andy at that.
Wait,
Okay.
what? I don't, because Laura doesn't remember that.
Oh, never
What?
mind. Just go. Hurry back. Hurry back.
I just follow Ben out with a very confused look on my face.
As you head down the hallway, you hear the elevator clunk to a stop at the bottom floor as Andy calls it back up. And he looks over at you, and you can see that he's like rattled and trying to keep it together.
You mean Ben, not Andy?
Ben, right? Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
You see Ben is a bit rattled and trying to keep it together, and he looks over at you, Laura. You don't think they didn't actually do anything, right? That was them
Well, like-
fucking with us.
I mean, I didn't think a chip would move. Do you think one of them was pushing it?
I think that's how it works. It's like a collective consciousness thing, right?
Yeah, it's not real. I mean, like, I've never messed with one, but like they're not real.
No.
Like a chip, a Dorito or whatever isn't gonna like. But it did break, but it just broke because we were pushing hard on it, right?
Yeah. I mean, we slid it around. It got weak.
Yeah. Would I have noticed or would we have noticed Nate? Because we were watching from the side. Like, would we have seen Nate's reaction when they asked?
Andy had to snap him out of it. But yeah, you definitely noticed Nate's 5-yard stare.
You think it was like a prank? Like, did you see Nate? Like, when they were asking who died before?
Maybe he was. Yeah, I'm hoping it was part of the prank.
Have you ever done one of those before?
No.
Like a Ouija board?
No. My mom would kill me.
What about like anything like that? Like crystal balls or anything?
No. And you hear as the elevator door opens. He steps on, and as you do, both it like lowers a little bit and goes down. And people came by my mom's shop wanting like old tarot cards or selling like those like old crystal balls, like dragon bases and stuff.
Did your mom run like a what kind of store?
It's like an antique store, kind of like a pawn antique kind of combination.
That Ouija board, that wasn't like a Hasbro multi-print thing. That was like legit.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Tell you what, make me a promise. I won't scare you, and you don't scare me.
I won't.
How's that
I don't like pranks.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
I'm really bad at them, and then I also feel like I won't scare you.
All right, deal. And the elevator gets to the bottom floor.
Are you okay?
Wait, in general or now?
More so at this moment.
And as you look out from the elevator, you can see the like well-lit, old-looking foyer of the apartment, and he says, "Yeah, I think just getting out of there for a minute helps. Shall we?"
Yeah, let's go get some beer. Ugh. It's fake. It's Halloween. We're just a little nervous about the night of the dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's technically the 29th, so I think the dead are still sleeping.
True. I mean, honestly, what's the worst? It was probably like Beetlejuice talking back to us, if anything.
Yeah. Definitely not like The Exorcist or anything, hopefully. That would be the opposite end of things.
Definitely someone in a somewhat pinstripe suit with green, white hair.
Yeah. And as you walk, it is late at night, so it's fairly dark. And this road itself doesn't have very many streetlights. And there is a wall of apartments on both sides with very limited space between them. But you occasionally catch a glimpse of kids running in the distance with their parents dressed up, or other college students having like a wild drunken party night. So it's a lively street in this area. And as you turn a corner, you start to get more towards the main street that has sort of the shops and the bars and stuff like that. So it's much more illuminated. But kind of looks over at you and says, listen, you were talking about helping me with my computer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if neither of us get possessed,
Fingers crossed.
yeah, how's Thursday? I have pretty easy classes that day.
Yeah, I can do Thursday.
All right. I'll make sure to delete all the worst things off of my computer.
I won't judge you.
So
You know.
there's nothing really. I don't think I actually know how to put anything on my computer.
Well, I'll help you find those things if you need. I mean, to like remove them, not to.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I can do Thursday.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's just hope that we don't get possessed before then.
Well, or they're nice. And as you sort of get on the main street, there's a lot more people coming out of bars, and you can hear the excited Saturday night crowd of just before Halloween. So did you guys, your family do a lot of stuff on Halloween?
No, it was always like we get dropped off somewhere and then just kind of do something for an hour and then get picked up kind of thing. It's never really a big deal for us, but I always loved Halloween because it's like you get to be something else for a night.
Yeah.
And I like to see what the little kids dress up as, but it doesn't feel as, it's never really felt magical to me.
That's a shame.
What about you? Was it a whole big to do?
Yeah. I mean, I'm a only child, so I think they kind of this spoiled me a bit. My parents would always make my costume, and then we would go downtown, and a lot of places had candy. They did like a whole. I mean, it's the city, so like basically every storefront had a place to go.
They would make your, like, did you get to pick the costume? My parents always picked my costume.
Vaguely. My parents, I think they like to dress me up, like a dog or a pet.
Yeah.
In a good way, in an affectionate way.
Well, they made
sounds
the
bad.
costumes. That's at least something.
Yeah.
What was your favorite costume?
Oh man. Well. Okay. One sec. I have to check when a movie came out.
I'm constantly doing that too. So.
All right. It was the last one. I was a bit too old for it, but Pennywise from that miniseries.
The one with Tim Curry?
Yeah. We were, like I said, maybe a bit too old, but I don't know. It's the city, so people still like dressing up.
Were you Pennywise?
Yes, but when he gets creepy and has the like.
Do you have pictures somewhere?
Maybe. My parents are coming to visit for holidays, so I could ask them to bring them. It's really embarrassing, though.
I would love to see all of your Halloween costumes from all of the years.
Okay. All right. I'm sure I'll regret it, but for the time being, I'll say yes.
I will only use it for blackmail some of the time.
Deal. Now I hope I get possessed.
Yeah. Well, I'll try to think of something embarrassing and then we can trade or something.
Sounds good. And you make it to a small private liquor store. Pick up some beers, pushing through the crowds of people, and then stop off at a corner store to grab some more chips, and return to the party, where the rest of it plays out a lot less creepy and terrifying and more fun scary as you finish watching the movies that Ben brought, enjoy the chips, and sort of unwind for the rest of the night.
I have
Now I
one
want
request.
chips.
You have one request?
Yes, it's not for a full scene. It's just that night I feel like as much as I tried to hide it, Nate was pretty like rattled in that moment and felt like kind of embarrassed and also kind of thrown off by what was going on there. When he passes by that room, like maybe to go to the bathroom or something before the end of the night, can he like look in and just see if he can still feel or see anything untoward? Doesn't need to be a whole thing, just sort of like looking into, I assume the lights are off in the room, and just sort of be like, am I getting the vibes? Am I seeing anything weird?
No, the apartment for the rest of the night seems relatively normal. People make fun of you throughout the rest of the night about, pretending to see something. What time do you think you would leave? Or what time would, group decision, what time would the party unwind?
Right, because I got a ride here, didn't I?
Yeah,
I'd
you got a
say,
ride
like,
from a friend.
Around 1-ish. I can't say I'm too late. I'm pregnant.
Sleeping for 2.
I have to
Yeah.
work really early in the morning because I took extra shifts.
Yeah, I'd probably leave at 1 then.
Yeah.
Okay. I believe, well, Ben,
3:19. No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, 3:16 a.m.
3:16.
I think Ben would offer or would suggest taking transit as well since he's been drinking.
I think, did Ben and I walk over? No, we took the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I
imagine-
would delay myself just enough so that they ride the bus, a separate bus.
Ooh.
Because I get the vibes. I'm like, all right,
That's
we'll let
fair.
this one go and see what they're gonna do, and I'm just gonna give them some space.
So then it's about 2:12 a.m. And you are probably just getting into campus on the bus. You say you ended it at 1, but then there's the wrap up of talking to people and, hey, we got to get going. By the way, one last thing. So just as you get on campus, it is, again, very dark. You can't really see. All you see is the silhouette of the trees against the illuminated sky from the moon. And it almost feels... Usually it feels cozy when you get into campus as the trees sort of surround the bus. And tonight it feels somewhat claustrophobic. And now that Nate is alone and doesn't have the jovial presence of his friends around him, you start to get that almost nagging feeling in your gut of you did something wrong tonight. You you stepped through a threshold that you probably shouldn't have.
I think my first thought, trying to push away the supernatural implications of it, I think I'm going to be like, yeah, I should have not played around with that landlord thing. I should apologize and maybe take some of my student stipend and just give it to them without them knowing it's from me, and just see if I can drop it on their doorstep or slide it under the door or something, to try and fix that problem, because that's rough. But if it continues to persist beyond that, it starts to feel like, oh, this is not just I overstepped, not just with the landlord, but oh no. I think things feel claustrophobic. I think I'm just gonna do sort of a head down, hunched, sort of eyes back and forth for anything, maybe give the occasional over the shoulder, just to go, but walk fairly quickly towards the dorm.
Well, still on the bus.
Still on the bus.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never
you
mind.
See,
I think
you see behind you, sitting in the far back seats, there's some very drunk, kind of out of it, occasionally singing the Monster Mash quietly to themselves, college students. The only other person is the driver at the very front.
Are there any seats that have it so that there's nobody to my back, so that I can just be sitting sideways, maybe? All right, I'm
the way that
gonna
our
move
city
to one of
buses
those.
work is there's seats against the exterior walls that sort of face inward, so you can sit on one of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to that. So my back is to the outside of the bus, not anything on the inside.
And you can see the trees, sort of like the silhouettes of the trees passing you. Give me a spot hidden.
Okay. My spot hidden is 35. Let's see how this goes. That's a failure. 73 versus 17.
How frequently does Nate use the transit in and out of campus?
I think most of the time I'm getting rides from friends or guys on the team. I would imagine most of the time if I'm going off campus that it's something with the team. So I would usually be getting rides there. So not very often.
You hear the bus slow down to the side of the road and the door open, picking up someone from a stop. And you see a younger looking man, dark skin, dressed up like Pulp Fiction, the like looking around meme. Walks on the bus and sits just across from you, sitting down, and just sort of looks down at the ground, like arms on his knees.
I think so he's dressed like John Travolta's character, specifically from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna find it weird that he sat across from me because this is a pretty empty bus. What's he doing here? But I think to sort of stake my claim, I'm gonna spread out and fully like stretch out the arms, maybe spread the legs a little bit. So I'm just like, I'm taking up space and sort of dominating the area a little bit. But not like looking at the guy, but sort of like, all right, cool. I'm gonna try and claim this space right now.
He sort of like looks up at you and kind of furrows his brow a bit, and then looks back down. And you notice now that the front of his white shirt is red. There is like a deep blood red color that's sort of filled the front. And you can see now just like drip, drip, drip onto the ground between his knees.
It looks like blood, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look, this does not look like he poured some fake blood on himself.
Would have to be relatively convincing.
I think there's a moment of me like, and then I see that and it's like, hey man, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Is that fake? Is that fake blood?
No, they kicked us out of our apartment.
What? Wait, who? Are you hurt?
No, I'm fine.
You don't sound fine. Are you? Hey, do you need to like lie down or something? Do you need to go to a hospital?
No, it's too late, man.
Too late for what? I'd like to like come over and like sort of put a hand to try and look to see if I can see some sort of visible wound other than just the bleeding.
As you do so, he seems to like be reluctant as you check him, but you can see the front of the shirt has several holes.
I'm gonna look up at the driver and be like, driver, this person's been hurt. They've been hurt. I think they got stabbed. Can we go to a hospital?
No response.
I'm gonna run up and bang on the glass. Just.
You see that there is no driver, and the bus is just moving forward.
I'd like to turn back around. Are those kids still in the back?
No. You just see this man hunched over, blood now spilling onto the floor.
Hey man, I think we gotta get off this bus. I think we gotta get off this bus right now.
No. They got on. They got away. That's all that matters.
Who are you talking about? What happened to you?
And he sort of like, he starts standing up now, and you can see him like slump and have to grab the pole as he lifts up. And you can now see that a pool has formed where he was sitting. And he looks up at you, and his eyes don't seem to be focusing on you. Watch out for your friends. Make sure to keep them safe. That's all that matters. I got my family out. That's all that matters.
I want to run forward and try and support this guy and say, out of where? Out of where? Where's your family?
And as you do, he like slumps onto you and sort of pushes you back, and your head jolts back as you wake up on the bus.
I look down at my hands. Are they bloody at all?
Nope. And
I
you
look
can
at the
hear
seat.
the occasional REM lyrics from the back of the bus as you see the drunk college students. And the seat in front of you is empty and clean.
I think I need some air. I'm gonna pull like the stop for the next stop and just try and walk the rest of the way back, I think.
We're
some
almost
air.
at the last one. Don't worry. I'll make sure you get there.
Okay.
And the bus makes it to the campus.
I getting off. I'm just gonna think like I'm like I didn't recognize that guy, right? He had kind of tan skin, but he'd been stabbed. It looked like, or he had holes. Did they look like bullet holes, or did they look more like stab wound?
More like bullet holes.
Oh, well, that's the next day when I have like time. I'm gonna ask, probably not Ben. I'm gonna ask somebody from the team to help me look up specifically if anybody may have been killed at Andy's house's location. Like if there's any record of murders happening, specifically gunshot murders on like in around Halloween.
I'll say that with the help of the team, sans Ben, you don't find any murders around the area. More interior or into the main city, but this area is like relatively murder free. I'm gonna say, those who would like to help Nate, give me either a computer use or a library use.
I think Laura would help and probably do computer use.
I come in
I would help.
strong with library.
I would do library, but I'm not the strongest.
Extreme
Oh.
success. Oh my gosh. Extreme success.
Oh
3
my
versus
gosh.
50.
11 versus 50
Whoa.
for success for me.
So
84 to 30. Not.
I'm library.
you don't find any specifics. Even with an extreme success, this is the, like, you find a family that had been living there before you. And they were immigrants who had basically fled to Canada. The reason that they no longer live there is because there was a round of deportations, basically. And they were sent back to their country.
Okay.
And with an extreme success, I will say that you find like the most obscure picture of this family, that they were at like a festival in the area, and you can find like a newspaper clipping that references the names of like the people who were participating. And Nate, you would recognize the husband as the man you had seen on the bus.
I don't know. It just doesn't look like anything besides, I don't know, this picture of them.
I think Nate would feel like this is a burden. But he couldn't normally, like, I'm not used to spooky stuff. I'm not used to like supernatural stuff. So I feel like I would want to talk to somebody else about this, but I can't talk to Marie, even though she's the storyteller and I feel like is the spookiest, because she lives there. So I can't tell her. So I think I would actually explain a little bit. I may not say the baby part initially. I would only say that if she pushed, but I would tell Laura about what I saw on the bus.
Wait. Okay, are we RPing it, or I don't want to just dive in?
Yeah, I'll say that this is, let me look at my, would this be a next day thing that you would do, Nate?
Yeah, this would be like whenever, like when the team tries to help, probably a week or two later, because I asked the
So
team,
after.
nothing. Yeah.
Then we will say, Tuesday, November 1st. You can be having this conversation, and we'll say mid-afternoon, so about 1:30 p.m.
All right. Yeah,
And is this
I would
just you and Laura?
I wouldn't. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just want to
I was
make
gonna say,
sure I
Matt-
understand.
Yeah, I imagine we'd be in my room looking it up and probably not on the public library computer, because I did bring my computer to school.
Okay. Yeah. And I wouldn't want it to be around Marie or Andy, just because I wouldn't want to like freak them out, because they're about to have a kid and all this stuff. So yeah, I would look it up with you, and whenever, I would just say I would explain, and I don't know his name. I don't know if he.
This man, and I point to the father figure in the picture. You saw this man on a bus the night after the party, or the night of the party?
It was like a dream or something. I was on the bus, and then the bus stopped, and then he got on, and he was dressed like John Travolta, Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And he gets on, and at first, I think nothing of it, but he sits right across from me, which is kind of weird because it's like an empty bus. It's like when you're at a urinal. Actually, I don't know if you get that, but it's just weird. There's a lot of spots, and it's weird that he was right next to me. And then I saw that on his shirt, he was bleeding, and there were holes. And then he was saying like he managed to get them out, like his family out. They got away, but then he said they were like evicted from their apartment.
Oh.
And
how much did you drink that night? I'm not saying I don't believe you. I just did we drank a lot, didn't we? Or did we?
Well, I drank a little, but I don't drink that heavy.
No. In Pulp Fiction, did John Travolta's character, I can't remember, did he get shot to death?
Yes. He gets shot by Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But it wasn't the same thing. Like, he's in a bathroom when that happens.
Yeah.
And this guy was on a bus, and it didn't sound like it was any kind of. He was brown skinned, and he was brown skinned, and he got evicted from that apartment, is what I'm saying.
Okay, so from the apartment that Marie and Andy are in right now, and you didn't see a bus driver, like you tried to go to the hospital and it didn't.
Yeah, I tried to say, like, we got to get him to the hospital. The bus driver was gone. The people in the back were gone. It was just me and him. And he was saying, take care of your friends. He said that. Take care of your friends.
Nothing happened in the apartment. Like, you were just doing, that was just a prank.
Can Laura roll for something?
You could roll persuasion, and Laura can roll psychology.
Ooh, okay. I'm finally good at something.
I don't think I'm good at persuasion. Persuade is 10. Here we go.
I have a 58 versus 60 success.
It's a 64 versus 5.
Oh, you're still on hard.
I'm still on hard, but even
would
so,
not
a
be the
60.
10.
Yeah, a 16.
But on Roll4It, we always re-roll.
That's
true. That is
All right,
the
here we go.
rule.
Here's
We
persuade.
always re-roll.
Okay.
79
It's
versus
even worse.
Even worse.
Yeah. You can tell that.
69 over.
So it's up to you, Nate, because you ended up faking it, but in the
Yeah.
beginning you did think you saw something. So
I will to cut time down. I will explain and then basically say I didn't want to. I knew I could tell. Like I felt so weird about it, me seeing it, that I didn't want to like. I wanted to make it a joke and so I tried to make fun of it, but I actually didn't. I explained what I experienced.
You can just see Laura getting more and more afraid as you're like telling stuff. Okay, so like that happened. Yeah, you got real weird for a minute when you were doing the board. And I was like, you just really committed to the bit, but you didn't just commit to the bit.
The bit committed to me.
Okay, so something weird happened. It was the fucking Ouija board.
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So get them out. Do we need to have Marie and Andy leave the apartment?
Well, I don't know if we have to get him out. We just have to be safe. Because the guy said he got his family out. He didn't say that we have to get ours. He just said that we got to keep him safe. And I wanted to tell somebody, so I'm hoping maybe you could help me keep him safe because they're about to have a baby.
Okay, like maybe I can look something up about this. And can I get on the computer and just start typing together threads of this apartment building and seeing spirits on buses and just like just all sorts of like you just see me rapid fire entering in key phrases.
give me a computer use. I'm imagining Bella researching vampires now and learning more and
Why
more.
is the skin so shiny? Hard success 14 versus 50.
Wow.
Ooh.
I think, this will be a question for you. There's two sides to the internet. we all know this. The Jedi and the Sith. Is Laura, which one is Laura looking in?
Ooh. I think Laura has probably that browser so you can access that other side of the internet. She tries to avoid it, but sometimes it's not all bad stuff over there. I think in this situation, Laura's feeling panicked enough to just check this other side of the internet.
You go down a rabbit hole for sure, and find people that are basically trying to convince everybody that like ghosts are real. Ouija boards will summon ghosts to your location and allow you to be possessed and whatnot. And some very troubling to see pictures of when you start searching for like deportation and stuff like that. But you do find one hopeful section of the internet of more pagan understanding of like spirits and Ouija boards and seances and whatnot. Sort of filtering out the more troubling things, you find evidence that Nate doesn't have any long-term effects coming to him, but was connected enough to the spirits and sort of failed to keep himself blocked off, that they sort of imprinted a bit on him. The feeling that he had felt was his own his own projected understanding of spirituality and stuff like that. But the visions that he saw were the spirits trying to tell him what had happened to them. And you find like cleansing rituals. You find like suggestions that he should like build a protection circle around himself until he can cleanse his spirit, and a few like suggestions for like brews and stuff that he can make, as well as like putting salt around his bed when he sleeps at night. Enough like laundry list of things that Nate can do that this site says he should be fine. And a lot of these are also applicable to cleansing the apartment itself. You find like accurate ways to do smudging, as well as like crystals that you can possibly set up that can help protect the people that live there if these spirits choose to be hostile.
I'm reading this stuff aloud as I'm like scanning everything. I don't know. I had a friend in one of my forums was like, download this browser and you can access more things. I've never looked at this stuff before. So, I mean, I don't know if it's real or not. Salt and like crystals and smudges.
Yeah, like, does it say if they're bad?
Well, it says you're going to be okay to maybe just do one of these tinctures or one of these rituals to maybe cleanse yourself, and then we could cleanse the apartment. But does it say anything about it being bad?
They're very agnostic about the intentions of the spirits. It really depends on their point of view in death, and which kinds of spirits you're summoning. You get the impression that based on this site, Nate had welcomed in the family that had lived there, and you don't suspect that they were of ill intent. But they do advise you to not delve to, again, spirituality has two sides, the Jedi and the Sith. To stay on the more benevolent side.
It doesn't say. I mean, it seems like if we believe this stuff, that the Ouija board opened something and then it like attached to you, I guess. And I think if it was bad, it would have maybe done something bad.
Mm-hmm. It's just that these people, they just wanted to stay in their home, and they got kicked out, and they got hurt. And I mean, I didn't mean to connect with them, but I would feel bad. I don't know, if I was them, I would want, I guess, a friend. I don't think I don't want to, like, I'm not a moderate, you know, I'm not somebody who can connect with the spirits like that. But
Medium?
What?
A moderate or a medium? I think you mean a medium, right? Like, yeah. You go
okay,
ahead.
yeah. Sorry. So I'm medium.
Yeah.
I'm not a medium. But yeah, I wonder if maybe, does it say anything about like sort of like a sending off ceremony? Like not just like, because I hear you talk about cleansing, but like, I don't know. I don't think
like
a way
to help
like
them
dirt.
pass through in a positive way. Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe like this will bring closure to some spirits.
Yeah, like because they were forced to leave, you know, like they made them leave, and I don't want to make them leave. All they wanted to do was have a place to stay, and so maybe we can just help them move on rather than try and kick them out.
And like, I will be scanning to see if there is anything that's kind of like a peaceful passing for them.
I'll say that it'll take a bit more research. We can have that be something that you do over some time. And and you get the impression you probably have to cleanse your computer too after some of those searches. But yeah, well, we'll have that be a long-term goal for Laura.
Okay, I'll look into stuff, though I feel like this stuff I've never looked at this stuff before. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, like some of those pictures are like,
I know.
Was those real? Were those real people?
This is like a different side of the internet that's not usually. It's not a always safe. They usually don't use. Yes,
It's the
I
Darth
think so.
Vader internet.
In a way. Are you okay? Are you not afraid? Like, you're not scared of what happened?
I'm terrified. I'm clenched so tight right now.
Well, like, are we going to tell Marie and Andy and Ben? I mean, I don't know that Ben would want to hear. Okay, then maybe if I look up something, maybe we can make like, if I figure it out, we could do like a housewarming gift, but it can have like whatever we need in it as like a.
Yes! You're a genius!
But do you want to get like salt or anything to like create like a protection circle for yourself or anything?
But they're not here. They're not here to hurt us, you know? So I say, if they need a friend for the time being, I'm willing to let them, hang out. And then when the time comes, we can help them move on.
Okay. This is just, I don't know. Life is all about what? Like, who knows what happens after we die? So like, this is.
Not me.
And if something else happens, like, you'll tell me, right?
Yeah. If something happens to you, will you tell me?
Yeah, I haven't had anything happen though. Like, Ben the other night seemed really shaken up by the Ouija board thing, even more than me.
Yeah. I think if I like start doing some arithmetic, you know what? Yeah, Ben's a complicated guy. He's got a lot going on inside. He's a great dude. He's a great guy. You guys, you seem like you hit it off. You really hit it off.
I don't know. We're gonna hang out on Thursday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just helping with computer stuff. So like, kind of like this. So maybe it's not a.
Don't do that. No, don't show him anything.
Like
you
this.
Just show me.
I kind of want to delete this browser after we figure this out.
Sure. I'll say this. Ben's going through a hard time right now, and I think it'll be good for him to, have fun, connect with other people who aren't just me and Andy, and,
It'll be
have
good.
fun on your date.
Oh, it's a date. Oh, don't tell anybody yet. Like, you're the only one that knows. Okay. I'll keep looking into this, and like, as soon as I find something, I will tell you, and then I will probably also tell you how the date goes.
Yeah. I'm really excited for this. Both of these things.
And I look at Nate like slightly worried, just because like this is a huge supernatural experience that occurred. And like, if I really look at Nate, does Nate seem okay?
I think Nate seems to have gone from being like, what's going on, to being like, oh, these people needed a friend. And I think looking at Nate, you see the look in his eyes is similar to the look in his eyes when you see him talking about Benjamin, or indeed when you see him hanging out with you. He sees somebody who needed a buddy, and he's like, I'll be there. I'm your Huckleberry, to quote a movie that I don't think has been released yet. But he's absolutely there to be. He likes to be there for people when they need a friend. And so I think you see this as him being like, I'm gonna help these people out for the time being. He's actually in a good place right now.
Okay.
This has actually helped him a lot, other than the horrifying things that you just showed him.
I made it worse. I compounded the trauma.
Yeah, that's a whole new thing now that he has to deal with, but he feels good about the ghosts.
Sit tight.
Thank you. Sorry.
I look at Nate and just kind of like, I'd reach out and squeeze your hand if you'd let me.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep looking, and just let me know if anything at all happens, and I'll tell you if anything happens. But I think you were the lucky one who got through.
Yeah. And I smile back and I say, us Chip cult gotta stick together.
We do. And like Laura, it probably is like a sense of warmth of like she was needed, and so she feels like a positive feeling, even though it's kind of a horrific thing. I'm here if you need me.
Mm-hmm. And I'm here for you if you need me. Hey, it's like we're sort of like the super normal. We're like the two super normal members of the chip cult.
Do you mean? Yes, we are. We're the super normal. We're the super normal duo.
Oh yeah. And I'm like, okay, I gotta go. I got practice in like an hour. And I immediately get up and leave.
And I stick my head down and I start going on this awful side of the internet.
Oh no. Now that we are in November, I have two quick questions. Would Nate attempt to slip money to Andy to help for the rent?
100%.
All right. How would you go about doing that? Is it like are you going to be upfront or secretive about it?
I'm going to be real secretive about it because I think it would make both of them really uncomfortable. I would like to, because they live in an apartment complex, but am I correct in thinking that their door faces outside or is it part of a hallway?
The hallway, the
We go into
entrance
an
to the apartment is in the
elevator,
hallway.
and it goes up to our room.
Would I have to, if I were to go to the apartment complex, would I have to like be buzzed in?
Yeah.
Or follow someone that walks in.
Oh, okay. Then I got a better idea. I know where Andy works, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm in the coffee
Okay.
shop.
Okay. Then I would like to sneak up to Andy's car one day just before I know that he's going to get out of work and then take an envelope and put it underneath his windshield wiper. And it says from your super normal guard.
What?
Yeah, from your super normal guard.
I got it.
And I'm just gonna sneak away.
God. Are you gonna pay the whole rent?
I would try and pay like.
I remind everybody to make them sad once more. It is $425 a month.
So, yeah, I would like. I'm willing to like forego some extra protein pounding for like a couple months, and I want to see if I can pay a month and a half's rent and put it underneath the thing. Because all I'm spending money on basically is food at this point. Because I'm on like a full ride. I'm just getting paid extra money.
Okay. In that case, I'm not gonna make Andy roll credit rating. But you do find at the end of one of your shifts a envelope from your super normal guard.
Super normal
Guard.
Yeah.
Guard? What does that mean?
And there is a month and a half worth of rent money in there.
What the?
And he's just kind of like looking around. Do I see anybody? Can I see anybody who's...
Nate just ducks down behind someone.
Just behind a tree.
Nope. This was he timed it so that it was before you got out, and you just see like people walking around.
I think Andy would like talk to people who are walking by. Like,
Did you see somebody put this in my windshield?
No, sorry. No, definitely
Sure.
not. No. And people just like give like half-hearted replies and walk away.
Andy isn't sure what to do. But then, does Andy recognize the handwriting on this envelope?
God.
I've been going to school with this kid since we were like in middle school.
I will say I was
We're
thinking this
like-
to myself. I deliberately wrote it in block all capitals.
Okay.
To try and avoid it being my normal.
You could make it a
handwriting.
hard roll.
I'll make it a no, I'm gonna make it even harder. We're gonna do. I think this might be our first extreme roll.
Ooh.
If you,
Oh
'cause
God.
I can tell you right now that I would not know if my friends wrote in block letters. I would not be able to tell you if it was them or not.
I could tell if it was a couple people in my life because there's some people who I've seen Ray a lot. But beyond that, no. Like IRL. What am I rolling?
Spot hidden
Oh,
at
spot
extreme.
Okay.
Threm.
Extreme. Okay.
Nope.
No.
38 out of 10.
Close-ish, though.
I know.
Yeah.
I have a 50 in spot hidden.
So I will say that if Andy is okay taking this money and doesn't spend it on more baby things, I will not make you roll for this month and probably next month as well, since I think you could probably make half your rent.
Yeah, I think Andy will hold on to it, but it's also kind of just like weirded out by it.
Sounds good.
I think Andy will even probably tell Nate about the situation.
Wow. Sounds like a mysterious masked hero swooping in to save the day.
Hero? This is
You're gonna
weird, man.
Are you gonna make me roll to see if you can tell if it's right now?
Yeah,
Come on now. Come on now.
Just kidding. We don't have to.
This will be one of those things that friends tell each other like 20 years
Yeah,
down
yeah.
the line.
Well, I'm dead, so.
Yeah.
I would like to, if possible, I know we have jumped ahead that, but I would like to, as a practice, like every 3 or 4 months, pay off like another, like a month of rent. But each time I try to leave it at a different spot.
they have a phantom sugar daddy.
Yeah.
We'll keep that in mind then. All right. November has come. The date is Wednesday, November 2nd, 1994. The time is 4:45 p.m. November has come, and with it, there's a chill in the air. UBC sits just on the edge of the water, so even though it stays out of the negatives, the cold still pierces your skin, burrowing into the bone. The campus is filled with brown leather jackets, thick blue and white linen coats, and neon ski jackets. Those of you from around here can spot the Canadians and Midwesterners a kilometer away, just from their limited layers and still exposed skin. Marie, you are just coming out of your creative writing class. Would you like to describe what your fall attire looks like?
Oh, yeah. Marie, I mean, she kind of always has the fall aesthetic, even when it's not fall. So you can tell that she's vibing in this element. So she's still her cute little plus size self. She's wearing like thick tights now under her skirt instead of just bare legging it. And she's got a same black t-shirt on, and which usually she goes without a jacket, but now she'll have a jean jacket and a thick scarf that she wears as well, which I do not have with me. Otherwise, I would put that on.
Yeah, I didn't warn y'all that the costume changes. It's fine. As you exit your creative writing class, still waiting to hear back from the professor and his contacts, you notice Ben sort of walking back and forth just outside the building. He's wearing a green and yellow Seattle Sonics winter coat with the half zipper pulled down. The rest of his clothes remain unchanged, jeans and black chucks. His dirty blonde hair is pulled loosely back into wavy ponytail. It's grown a bit since the last time it's grown quite a bit since you met him. It doesn't seem that he's gotten it cut in a while. He also has a patchy, like 5 o'clock shadow. And then you can notice that there are bags under his eyes. And when you walk out, you see him doesn't seem to notice you as he's just walking back and forth in the unswept, soggy leaves on the concrete.
Hey, Ben! I'll wave, and I reach into my purse and I take out my granola bar and snap it in half and offer him half of it.
He walks over with his hands in his jacket and then takes them out and grabs one. Thanks. I haven't really eaten or slept well in the last couple days.
What's wrong? Got a big test or something?
Something like that. I'm a little nervous. maybe. I don't know if it's something I need to be nervous about, but I've been thinking about it. And then I started thinking about it more. And then what if it goes wrong? And then that kind of just kept me awake. And I've been like, it's been hard to eat thinking about the thing that might happen that may or may not matter, but it should matter. Is this making sense?
You're nervous about, you're describing anxiety, something that could happen or might not happen, but you're worried about it and you want it to go well and it feels really important.
Yes, exactly. So you get it. So I'm fine?
I mean, eat the granola bar. You want this other half?
Yes, please. Thank you.
I could probably help. I mean, talking things out usually helps me with my anxiety. Do you have time? That was my last class.
Yeah, I had early classes today. I actually knew that this was your class and wanted to talk to you specifically because the thing you might be good at it. I mean, know about it. I mean,
is it about writing?
No.
Not that I only have one skill, but that's like my go-to skill.
No, it's not about writing. Although now I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you. How do I know if I can tell you what I'm nervous about?
Maybe I already know.
All right, you tell me all the things that you know and see if one of them's the thing that I am nervous about.
Well, we'll be standing here for quite a long time. You can just assume that I know.
Okay, but you can't yet tell anyone until I figure out if I was supposed to tell you in the first place.
I'm a vault. And you're not revealing anything to me because I already know.
Right. Exactly. Let's start walking. I feel like this will be easy if I don't have to look you directly in the face.
Okay.
And you start walking just half blindly through the campus as students pass trying to hurry to their next classes and faculty returning to their cars and driving off. And you can tell that he's fidgeting with his hands in his pocket, trying to determine exactly what to say.
Mm-hmm.
So at the Halloween party, Laura and I planned to hang out, just us on Thursday. And she's coming over to help me with my computer. And then I suggested maybe...
I do air quotes.
He doesn't seem to notice as he's just like barrel focused straight ahead.
And I just say,
and then I suggested maybe movies, but it's homework because I have film class and I need to watch some movies. And I framed it that way. I said, you come over and help me with the computer and help me watch some movies. And she seemed very receptive to that, even though it's homework.
What do you date?
A date?
Is that not what this is about? I thought what?
I mean, that's the thing. I don't know if it's a date. Is it bad for me to...
You didn't invite everyone. You just invited her.
Yeah, but I hang out with Andy and Nate as well. And then sometimes just Nate because he lives across the hall. And
do you sometimes longingly stare at Andy and Nate?
I feel like Nate does that to me too, but I think he's just trying to be weird.
I'm just saying, us people with, the feminine wiles, we kind of know when things are going on.
I mean, you're married, so I thought maybe that would be like you've accomplished, you did it. You're at the end, so like,
Crushed it.
Like, did you ever do homework with Andy? And then you were like, it's homework, and then you show up with like, I don't know, a bottle of wine and a 4-course meal, and it's like, oh, it's not actually homework.
Met in high school. We met before high school, but so we weren't drinking during our study dates, but definitely, I'm pretty sure Nate tutored me. I mean, wow, what a slip. Andy tutored me in, like history when I knew what was going on, but I pretended to struggle a bit more than was needed to milk those study sessions a bit more.
So you're
I feel
telling
like
me I
this
should
is-
pretend to be dumb?
No, I'm just saying that it's normal that people do study dates.
You keep saying that word, and I'm really like, is it more, are you emphasizing the studying or the date part?
It's important to be clear. So if you're not really clear about what's going on, then why don't you just call her?
No, I can't do that. No. That would be, it's tomorrow.
I take out my phone. I can call her.
Wait. 94. Do you have a phone?
I have a terrible cell phone. Wait, 94. Is that when they're really big? Maybe just kidding.
Yeah. It would be like,
Oh yeah, they're big.
They're
Never mind. I
huge.
don't have a phone.
no.
Practice for
We can-
carrying a baby around.
You could have it in your purse. That's what people did.
I feel like we don't have
Or
enough
those
money
big
for
car
that.
phones.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
You're not paying for a phone.
Yeah.
Right
We could just go to a payphone real quick.
now. No,
I
but
think
then if you
she's at home
if
at
you
this
ask
point.
her, then she'll know that I asked you. What?
I think it's
How-
important to be clear. That's the main point that I want you to take away from this conversation. Laura appreciates directness. That's how we became best friends. I just asked her to be my best friend, and she said, yeah.
I don't think I can ask her, is it a date? Yeah, okay, help me with this then. Let's, phones aside, I'm not doing that. That's terrifying. How casual can I be to sort of not seem like, so to seem like if she is just there to help me with my computer, I'm casual, you know? Hey, welcome. Here's my computer. How do I work it? But then also not so casual that she's offended if she's coming thinking it's a date.
You should, you can, I wouldn't light candles. You said set the scene, but I think both things can be true. Why don't you just get her favorite snack that's not like chips? And that
Alright.
shows that you care and you know her.
She does eat a lot of peanut butter cups.
Yeah, exactly. See, that was a test. You passed. That is her favorite snack.
You've talked about this before. This is conversation that people have.
Yes. Like I said, I'm very direct.
All right.
Favorite snack, favorite color, favorite song, favorite season. That's best friends. That's what you know.
What's her favorite season?
Fall. You're in the clear.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna dress casual, buy some peanut butter cups, and I'll be fine.
I think so. You could
All right.
also ask her about like what music to play.
Oh, I would never presume that I know more about music than her. She's probably gonna. I hope she brings music because she has great taste.
Yeah. But I think, I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird. I don't want to. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think it is. What if she doesn't think it is a date? Then it's kind of weird that you're making it seem like it is a date when it's not. So I think that it's best to be clear ahead of time.
He just stops and turns at you like wide-eyed. You
I
just
don't
told-
want to set you up for failure. I'm just being honest, which is what you should be doing.
Okay. I think I have an idea now.
Is it calling her? Because that's the best idea.
Yes, I'll do that.
What was your actual idea? I'm sorry. Your ideas are good too.
When she gets there, I'll ask if it's a date.
That's cute.
Okay.
That's a nice story. Oh, imagine telling your grandkids.
Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving now. Thank you.
Okay.
We walked in
Peanut
the
butter
opposite
cups.
direction of where I need to go.
Oh, sorry.
I,
You
like, walked-
started us walking this way.
Thank you.
I
just
try to find a payphone.
God. You would know where they are. You've been on campus long enough.
Yeah, I go to that, and I am going to call Laura.
All right. Wednesday at around 5:10. Where would Laura be? Would you be in your dorm to receive said call?
Yeah, I think I probably just got done with my shift at the Strand Union building, so I probably get back. I'm about to dive into seeing about the dark web, so I'm probably in my room near the phone.
All right, then you hear the phone ring.
Hello?
Did you not tell me about this?
Marie? What did I not tell you about? And then I scaredly look at the computer like somehow Marie knows, and I close all I'm Xing things out in the corner.
You know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know I know. I just want to know why you didn't tell me.
Well, you tell me what you know, and then I'll tell you why I didn't tell you that.
Just assume I know everything.
I don't have anything to share. Okay, I feel like I'm on trial. You know, just tell me what you know.
I stay silent on the phone.
Don't do this to me, Marie. You do this every time.
And I'm always right. So tell me why you didn't tell me.
I just didn't. I don't know. I don't know why I didn't tell you.
I'm disappointed in you. This has put a fracture in our friendship.
I can tell that Marie's kind of a little jovial in the voice, so I'm like, oh, I don't think it's about this. Well, okay, then I actually don't know what you're talking about.
Really?
Who, what, when, where, why? What did I not tell you?
Okay, well, what are you doing on, and then, was it Thursday?
Yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow?
Okay, how do you know now?
I told you I know everything.
Wait, Ben and I are hanging out tomorrow night.
Hanging out. I'm doing air quotes right now, if you don't know.
Ben needs help with the computer, so I'm going to help Ben with the computer. And then, I know there's some movies to watch, too.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a study date to me.
I don't know if Ben thinks it's a date.
He thinks it's a date. He hopes it's a date, let's be honest.
Really? Do you think, Ben...
I just talked to Ben. That's how I know.
What?
But also, I know everything.
You know too much, it sounds like.
Thank you.
Okay, well, I didn't know if it was a for sure date.
Well, he really hopes it is, but he also didn't know. And I said that he should probably be clear about it being a date. I wanted to just check in with you because I realized that you didn't tell me. I could have handled this situation so much better if you told me ahead of time.
I know, but you've had a lot going on with the baby and just school.
Exactly. I need a distraction.
Okay, well, I don't know what I'm doing, Marie.
That has never been clearer.
I want it to go well. I think I really like Ben.
Char screamed too loud. The mic could not pick it up.
It squealed. I even tried to do it so quiet. A girlish squeal comes through the phone.
Ooh.
But I'm not going to mess with the chip cult. If it feels like it's getting weird, I'll just, shove it all down and then it'll be fine.
It's not going to be weird at all. It's going to be fine.
Well, I'm just going to show up and I'm going to do my best to not be awkward. And that's really all I can ask myself, I feel like, at this point.
I think everything's going to be fine. I'm sorry. I think the phone is cutting out. Can you hear me?
Yeah, every now and then there's it drops a little bit.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's mostly when you're screaming. I think you're screaming, right?
Yeah, a little bit. This is just very exciting for me. Okay, I'll try to calm down. But clearly you guys are on the same page. So that's really good because you both hope that it's a date and you both want it to go really well because he was pretty nervous talking to me. You can't tell him that I told you, by the way.
I'm so nervous, Marie. I've been trying to think if I should bring something or do something or I should just show up because I don't know how this stuff works.
Well, it's a study date and you're going to be watching movies. You could, like, show that you care by bringing his favorite snack.
Okay, let me think. I know Ben likes coffee. I could get us some coffee.
Ah,
Like it's a study date. We have to be, full focus mode, so I can get did Ben say what kind of coffee he likes? I can't remember. I'll just get a bunch.
I mean, yeah, you could just bring 2, like, to-go cups, but also some beans or something.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea. And I can get some muffins. I could go maybe where Andy works.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
I think he's working right now.
I feel like Andy will know.
And just good luck. This is going to be so cute. I don't think it's going to affect the chip cult at all. There's already a couple in the chip cult. We're already married.
That is true. But you were already a package deal when we started this. This would be a new frontier. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I think it'll be fine.
I'll let you know how it goes. I feel like does everybody
Will you?
know?
I don't know.
Yes, I will. I wasn't trying to be secretive. I just don't know what I'm doing, and
I'm hurt.
I know. I'll do better. And then I look longingly over at what I've been doing on the computer. I know I've been a bit distracted lately, so hopefully I don't know. I'm looking forward to it.
This is important. You got to tell me the important stuff.
I know I'm just not used. I'm not trying to make it weird, but I'm not used to having people to share stuff with.
Well, you always can share stuff with me. Okay, I think I have to put another quarter in, so I'm gonna hang up now. But I'll talk to you later. Oh,
Bye.
damn it.
Payphones. So are you heading out now then, Laura?
Well, is it still Wednesday?
That was still Wednesday. It's about 5:20 p.m. That was about a 10-minute conversation.
I think I would wait. Well, would I go get the coffee right before our date? Or would I?
Do that.
Yeah, I think I'd probably I don't know, but I know Andy's working right now, so I might just run over there to talk to Andy.
I get the
about
impression that Andy is mostly always working.
Okay, then I'll if I know Andy's working tomorrow because I need Andy's feedback on which drinks to get, I'll wait to go tomorrow and time it out, probably to hit right before I need to go to Ben's to bring hot coffee.
All right. Wait. So here's the thing. Andy's cafe is off campus, so it's about a 30 to 40 minute bus ride.
Oh no.
But I will say that we can say that the dorm itself probably has a kitchen on each floor, and they would have a coffee maker that you could probably steal and bring into the dorm.
Then I think I would go. I'd be like, shit, I need to go tonight because of the time. So I would get on the bus and head to the cafe to get the beans and everything tonight.
All right. So as you venture off, why don't you tell us what Laura's wearing this fall?
Laura's still kind of rocking the same look, except that the pants have gotten thicker. Her black pants are now just it's like she's layered some thick stockings underneath some torn jeans. And also her flannel has changed to a different color, but it's still a flannel. It's a green flannel now. And she still has her beanie on, and she's got her headphones around her neck. So not much has changed except for the color tones, and there's more layers now. And occasionally a chunky scarf or a really, I don't know what they're called, but there's an oversized jacket, like a Carhartt type jacket when it starts getting chillier in the mornings.
That's fair. Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about. Those light tan ones with the
Yes.
white, with the thick white. Yeah.
Yes, that-
Definitely. All right.
Shielding
So
inside.
as you venture off, the transit is a bit busier since people are leaving the campus. So it takes a bit to get a bus. But luckily, the cafe itself is not too far. And by the time you get off, the shop you see is a cozy little shop on the corner of the street There's a large concrete bank just across the street, and several like smaller, almost like independent shops that stretch off in both directions. And you can see it's dark now, and you can see couples like leaving with the coffee kind of bundled up a little bit. The occasional, again, Canadian or Midwestern who's just rocking a t-shirt and some shorts still. But you can see it's a bit busy, so Andy is a bit distracted in behind the counter that you can see just outside the window.
As soon as I go in, and I see that Andy is preoccupied, I'm gonna go to if there's like a wall of beans, and I'm just gonna start like frantically like picking them up and looking at the beans and trying to be like, what do I do?
Yeah, there's like pre-packaged ones. There's like the section that is pre-ground, so it's the beans, and then you can buy like already ground ones, and they come in those sort of like thick bags, and they have little plastic holes on the front that you can sort of sniff to see how it smells. Go ahead and give me an intelligence.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I'm trying to think. There's no like, oh, there is appraisal. No, give me an appraisal. We've never rolled.
But I got a success. Okay, appraisal.
Okay, I'll use both of them. Don't worry.
Okay, well, my appraise is very low. So a 63 versus 5 failure and a 51 versus 70 success on intelligence.
Oh my
The way that I
goodness.
will play this then is that you begin smelling them, but not being a like coffee connoisseur yourself, you realize very quickly that you can't really tell the difference between any of them. Obviously, the ones that are like vanilla, you can smell vanilla, and ones that are like maple, you smell maple, but you can't tell the difference between just raw beans. And your intelligence helps you realize this before you start to get flustered. Andy, a rush basically came in around the same time. You can see Laura smelling some beans off in the distance, but you're basically having to go cup for cup until it slowly begins to thin out a bit. What is Andy in like a
Yeah.
uniform?
Andy's wearing
or
like a white, like button-up shirt, but over it has like, kind of like these overall, like, what do you call those things? They're not overalls. It's like an apron.
aprons?
Yeah, it's like an apron with the logo of the coffee shop on it on one side, and it ties in on the back. And he's wearing like nice black dress pants with black shoes. So nothing too crazy. Their hair is like nicely done in the back, and instead of it being like just like in a ponytail in the back, he's got it like in a little bun because I'm trying to keep it out of people's coffee.
Yeah. And as the last person grabs their Americano and heads out, you see Laura.
I just see Laura like picking up bags and smelling them, and I think I'll walk up kind of behind her, but trying not to startle her.
Having trouble there?
Oh my gosh, you were so busy. I didn't want to bother you, but I need your help. Like, I do not know what any of this is, and I like coffee, but there's so many options.
Yeah, there are. Well,
Oh,
do you know?
hi, how are you? Hi,
I'm
Andy.
doing good. How are you? I'm just
I'm all right.
trying to work as much as possible in between hockey and I gotta try to figure out how to get my grades back up. They're not doing great, so if you want to help me with that, that would be fab.
I could, yeah, I'll trade with you because
All right.
I mean, everybody knows at this point.
Who knows what?
I guess there's kind of like, Ben and I are going on like, we're hanging out tomorrow night, and I want to.
Wait. Are you going on a date with Ben?
Okay, well, all of you are. I think it's a date. I'm pretty sure it's a date.
Dude.
Just don't tell
nice.
Ben. I know. I think everybody knows now.
Go Ben.
Well,
I
okay,
mean, go you too. But yeah.
Thanks. But I know Ben likes coffee, so I thought I would make coffee and bring it. But you are the one who knows everything about coffee, and so.
Well, do you
maybe
want to
can
know
help me?
what makes a coffee good, or do you just want to know what Ben's favorite coffee is?
Both.
Okay. Which one do you want to learn first?
what makes a coffee good, and then I can maybe understand why Ben might like one of these the best.
Well, there are a couple things that play into factors of the bean, the great bean. You know, Nate may have a thing with the guac, but I know all about the beans.
Are you the bean king?
Yeah, the bean king, yes. Maybe instead of guac dip, I need to make bean dip.
Like
Laura, your
the coffee
genius.
beans or like
No, like
black
regular beans probably, because coffee
That
beans
sounds
with your
good.
chips, actually, I might try that. That sounds good. But anyways, like climate and humidity in the soil will make the quality change, which is really cool. However, the secret is the higher the altitude that the bean is done in, the richer the flavor, the stronger the aroma, more acidic flavors to it. That's what makes a better quality coffee.
I had no idea. I just thought they just cooked them a certain length and that was it.
But Ben really loves this one.
And Andy will grab a bag that's just like Seattle's best, and it's kind of got like a generic logo on it, and it's like it's not very fancy looking, and when you smell it, it just doesn't smell. It doesn't have like any like distinct flavor other than smelling like coffee.
Okay, so I'll get this. Can you tell me how to brew it? Because I'm gonna make it in the kitchenette thing that we have at the dorms.
Oh man. Do you want to buy like a whole system, or is that what you're gonna work with?
I'm gonna work with it. They have the drip
Okay,
or the
so
machine there.
The machine will have a filter, you know. You have to grind the coffee beans first.
Okay, I don't know that we have a grinder.
Give me the bag, I'll just grind some for you. That way you have it pre-ground. But normally you want to do this like fresh, because if you freshly grind it, it's just gonna have like a better flavor, but it doesn't really matter. Anyways, you're gonna pour that into the filter, close that, you're gonna put water in the water section, and then you're gonna start it. It's pretty easy.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah. But make sure that the thing's underneath, otherwise it's gonna start pouring everywhere. And then
Okay.
afterwards you have to take the filter out because it's gonna be gross.
Okay, I can do that. And then do you know what does Ben like it with anything? Like I know cream or sugar or
You know what? I think he changes it all the time. So, I mean, you can always just prepare to have some cream and sugar on the side, just in case he's feeling it.
No, it's nice to, I didn't know any of this stuff. Like, do you just know it from working here?
I mean, probably the extensive years of drinking coffee, but also, yes, working here helps.
Yeah,
I've learned a bit
maybe.
here, actually.
Well, I know Seattle's best. I want to live in Seattle after college, so maybe you can teach me so that if I show up there, I don't look like an idiot ordering the coffee.
Well, Seattle has like a whole other coffee thing going for them, which is interesting.
Well, do you have any advice for me? Like, I know you're married, you have a beautiful wife and a baby on the way, so I know you're
Dude,
doing
I got
something
lucky,
right.
man. I just like, 6th grade. What kids are calling like slide into DMs. No, I just like, hey, rolled up with my little red wagon. She was into it.
Like, did you have to,
No, I'm
like,
just
did you go
kidding.
on dates? Like, did you?
I mean, yeah, I guess when we got older, we did. We went to like the roller rink once. That's when I first held her hand. It was cute.
How old were you guys when you went to the roller rink?
I feel like we were like 11.
You guys have been together for so long.
I know. But it's hard. I think like for even when you hold each other's hands, are you like sure that you're girlfriend and boyfriend? I don't know.
I don't know. I see the way you two look at each other. It's like the real thing.
Yeah. I think so. I mean, I hope so. That's what I'm feeling. I hope she feels the same way. But here's the thing. My best advice to you is going to be just be yourself. If you like each other, you'll like each other. If you don't, then you won't.
That's true.
If you want to hold his hand, hold his hand. If you want to make out, make out.
I And like you can see like Laura start to get super nervous.
Okay,
like,
maybe that's too much. I'm just, maybe take it slow.
This is all like new to me, and I guess I'm trying to ask, like, it helps to know that I'm not the first person to venture
Dude, I'm
into
gonna let you
this.
know. Guys, if you make the move, we're making the move.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think about Ben?
I like Ben. He's cool. I think that he's got a lot of stuff going on, maybe that he doesn't want to share. At least the vibe that I get from him. He's had some interesting things happen to him. Not my story to share, but
He's a bit mysterious, but
yeah. But I think there's a
he's
reason for
open.
that.
Yeah. I feel like we just kind of get each other a little bit, so
That's good.
I guess we'll see what happens, but what would you recommend? I want to try a coffee tonight made by the amazing Andy.
Ooh, okay. Well,
So make me anything.
all right. What do you like? Cappuccino, Americana?
I like it somewhat sweet and with
You can make
milk.
any of them sweet.
Okay.
That's just sugar.
Well, I don't want it all to be sugar. I want to taste the coffee, right?
Yeah, you don't put like a ton of sugar in it.
Well, let's
Well,
do a
unless you're like
cappuccino.
my mom, she just like 3 spoonfuls of sugar. I don't
Do you even taste the coffee after that?
know. I don't think I would, but she apparently does.
What's your favorite thing to make?
I think a good cappuccino. Plus I can make you some cool art.
Ooh, I would love that. And thank you for helping me figure out this coffee thing and make me feel a
Yeah.
little bit better about this date.
No problem. No pressure. Honestly, I bet you Ben is freaking out just as much as you are. If not more.
Yeah.
Because I know I was a train wreck trying to decide if, like, are we on a date? Is Maria into me? I don't know. It was a whole hot mess. I just had to ask her. And fortunately, before I could ask her, she asked me. Like, we almost asked at the same time.
You two are like the goal, I feel like. I
Well,
mean, I don't
I'll
know.
take that.
Like, I just. You make Marie really happy.
Aw.
She talks about you
Did
nonstop.
she tell you that? Because,
No, I just see it.
oh, dang.
Roll me a dexterity, Andy.
Oh no. Okay. You're praying over there. It's 39 out of
Solid.
60.
So, what art do you put on the top of this?
Ooh. I think I make a
Cappuccino.
little guitar
Ooh.
on
Oh,
it because I know
Nice.
that like Laurel will like that.
Yeah. And it's flawless, without flaw.
Like you just see like a little kid like as you're handing the cup, just like like so excited, and then like I don't want to drink it. It's how did you do that?
Dude, toothpicks. They're like
But if
the
I drink it,
master. Also, while you're pouring the foam, you kind of just like move it around. It's pretty easy actually, once you get a hang of it. Usually you start like easy, not a guitar.
I feel like you could like join. You could do like competitions if you wanted. Like
I don't know about that. There is a coffee art competition though.
and like Laurel take a sip and just be like, a whole new world has been opened.
You get like the Technicolor like pulse behind your head as it just spirals, and you start hearing like contemporary indie rock music playing in the background.
It's like a
Camera zooms in and like everything spreads out in the background.
It's like a light flavor of vanilla, but like the aftertaste has like macadamia nut in it, and like a little bit of hazelnut and cinnamon.
We cut to like 30-year-old Laura just drinking like unflavored hot mud out of a paper cup. Gotta get it in her.
This is my gateway drug. Forever shapes my life.
Yeah.
This is like the most delicious thing I've ever had. I wasn't allowed to have coffee at home.
Why?
My parents were like, it's an adult drink.
Well, my parents said that until I got old enough, and then we all were drinking coffee. It was like a morning ritual.
What? Maybe this can become my morning ritual. Maybe I will buy one of those systems one day and just be making this in my room.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And if you
What?
grind your beans fresh like this, oh, so good. Oh, and here's the bag of. I just ground them all because I figured that's probably.
Yeah, I probably
easiest
wouldn't
for
have
you.
use for any whole beans at the moment, but I would look around like are there any other people here at the moment?
I imagine this conversation sort of happening between other customers coming up and stuff like that. Just sort of background characters walking in. But it's getting a bit dead. It's probably you've probably been here for a while, so it's probably about 7 or so. Maybe
I
a bit
think
later.
like in between customers, I can like go over to the table that you're sitting on, so it's easy.
Yeah, I would obviously pay for it, and I'm gonna leave like a decent tip for Andy because I was there for the don't let your rent be late. So not $400 worth, but I'll like slide you an extra 20 and be like, thank you.
Oh,
I
you
should
don't have to do
probably.
that.
You're helping me a lot more than just coffee beans, so
Yeah, but you
I'll
said you're
probably
gonna
be
help me
back, though.
study.
I will. You just let me know, and we will sit down, and I will go over whatever you need because I owe you one.
Sounds good. And you need your fix. I got
I
your
will
drip.
be back. I will drip. I will be back for more drip.
Sounds good.
And I, with the coffee in one hand and like beans under the other, I like walk out with a new confidence for my date tomorrow night with Ben.
Yay! And as you hop back on transit, is a uneventful night trip back. The date. Full stop. The date
With
is
Laura and Ben.
Perfect.
The date is actually Thursday, November 3rd, 1994. The time, midnight.
Oh.
Nate, would you be sleeping at about this time?
What day of the week is this?
This is now a Thursday, midnight Thursday.
I don't usually have early classes. I feel like I go to bed like I try to be in bed before maybe 1:30, but I might be
Okay.
up. Yeah.
So what do you do alone in your dorm at around midnight? Why did I ask?
Do we want to know what he's doing?
I don't listen.
So I'm
After
gonna
that,
say,
what does Nate do?
Nate is I feel like Nate at 12 at around midnight. I feel like once he's finished with anything else he needs to take care of, I feel like Nate would just chill and listen to music. He would he would take his Walkman. We had Walkmans at this point. Yes, he'd take his Walkman, and he would throw on at this time of night. He would throw on some not some David Bowie. He'd throw on some Elton John. He'd throw on I think Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. He does not tell people that he listens to Elton John, but he really enjoys the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road album.
That's fair. I mean, the fact that you're playing it on your earbud or your headphones means that people probably don't know.
Yeah, in fact, I'm going to change it. He's listening to Madman Across the Water, which I think has Love Song on it. I think it has the Elton John cover of Love Song on it. He's listening to Love Song, the Elton John cover.
What? It's been 2 days since you've learned of the like Wiccan practices that Laura has discovered that should help you with any lingering spirits. Have you tried any of those? Thought about trying? What is your current mood about that?
I'm still waiting because I don't want to try and like. I feel like we got the impression that I don't need to invite anything else. but I feel like I don't want to send them away. My plan is still like, once Laura comes back to me with this is how we put them at rest. Until then, I'll do that. Until then, I'm just gonna chill out. And if they choose to come back, I'm gonna try and listen and try and take it in stride and try and help them a little bit.
Roll me a power roll.
All right, here we go. 44 versus 40. Come on, I'm gonna spend the luck.
All right.
What'd you use your luck at now?
My luck is at 13.
Oh no. Oh.
The luckiest of numbers.
You're not visited again. But I think while you're you're sitting up on your bed, jamming out to your tunes, it's dark, and your mind sort of wanders for a bit, thinking of all of the events that have happened recently, what happened to Ben, your thoughts on Andy, all of the conversations about the Lion King. And you remember the painting. And it's sort of this like cross between a memory of what had actually happened in the woods, confronting Chase, sort of like cutting your face to make the blood come out. And in your mind, sort of overlapping and blending with the painting itself. What do you do?
So I'm seeing the memory of me cutting my face and that overlapping.
I thought I cut your
Ben's.
face with the stick.
Well, yeah, it's true.
Your face getting cut.
My face being cut and that sort of merging. I think.
And it feels like you're thinking. Like it doesn't feel like visions are coming across you.
Okay. I'm gonna, I think about that because I know that really bothered my friend Ben, and I want to see if I can understand him better. So I will kind of focus on that thought of like me bleeding, Ben seeing that blood, the painting, the traumatic experience that he had, the thing that it sort of triggered him again. As you delve deeper into that, you begin to feel the emotion of Ben's, the sort of like PTSD of his memory and everything that he had told you about the events of that day. And almost through like attachment to it, you begin to almost feel it within yourself. And it's scary for a moment, but you think of that feeling and what you do to alleviate that feeling, and almost like instinctually your memories of being on the ice sort of like push that away, and you're brought back with this like sense of accomplishment and safety as the memories of that night are pushed aside. And it almost becomes this like tug of war in your mind of seeing how far you can let yourself into those bad feelings before your mind almost yanks you back to the protective memories of hockey. Yeah, I think it's sort of a game of chicken, like a mental game of chicken. I think I'm just gonna sort of sit in that feeling and like focusing on different things, focusing on different scary moments that I've had. And I think potentially, unless there's a different way you would want to take it, I would think I might even think of like how scared I was, because I think that's probably the most vulnerable I felt in a while. How scared I was during the party and after.
The Halloween party?
Yes, the Halloween party, and the fear that I felt with the guy on the bus as well.
You remember two things. What he had said about protecting your friends, and that it was worth it. And you just have that image of this clearly dying or dead man in front of you. But you see that image of almost accomplishment across his face, that what he did was enough, and clearly did everything he could to save his family. And you are almost empowered by that idea of doing whatever you possibly can to keep your friends safe.
Yeah, I think I start to even see like him standing there bleeding on a bus alone, talking to a stranger and passing on like this wisdom that he gained. I see him as like a heroic figure and like a noble figure. And as I'm thinking about like, I bled for my friend Ben to try and I've bled for us to try and scare other guys, but it wasn't like to defend us, but I need to be willing to be in that position again. And if bad things like that are going to happen to the people that I care about, I need to be willing to, if I can, stand up to them and even be willing to suffer the same kind of fate that guy suffered. I don't know how like seriously it sinks in, or at least consciously I am of that sinking in, but I think in the moment it's kind of like, yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I will trying to think what the best attribute for understanding would be. I'm going to say you choose between education, intelligence, or power, whichever one you want, and we'll determine how you interpret this based on the roll.
I don't think education. What is my education? I can't even find my education on here. So intelligence and power are both the same.
It's at the top, below
at the
size.
Top? Below size. Oh, 33. Then I would go for probably power, because I don't think I engage with this kind of stuff usually, like thinking through it. I more feel it, and I'm like, yeah, all right. Should I roll power then?
Yep.
Okay.
Go for it.
That is a 68 versus 40.
This is a moment of self-reflection. So if you wish to push it, you can. But knowing that you've been playing chicken with these feelings the last.
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself right now. I was just feeling myself, and I'm feeling myself right now. Let's do it. I'm pushing it. It's way worse. 95 versus 40. So much worse than it was before.
You really delve in to that feeling, and now feeling that like that bulwark of pride that you remember from this man, delve headlong into those feelings and spiral into thoughts of what Ben did at that party, thoughts of Andy, thoughts of the Ouija board telling you that they would be together until death. Roll me sanity.
That's a 35 versus 40. Success.
You have... The music continues as you delve and then ends, and you don't even realize that it's quiet as you just sit there in anguish, spiraling through all of these thoughts and feelings. And at some point, will drift to sleep, still feeling them. The date, Thursday, November 3rd, 1994. The time, 6:30 p.m. Laura, you are in your dorm, which is just across the field from the men's dorm. I like this ominous music is still playing because it's a very tense moment. Thank you. and you're meant to meet him. You guys kept fairly vague, sometime between like 6:30 and 7. So basically, whenever you're ready and showing up, what are you doing to prepare?
I'm probably like getting the coffee beans ready. That's like the big thing. Taking extra time to put my beanie on and like lipstick, like all the things that normally don't. Just trying like adjusting it over and over in the mirror. Probably putting on a different shirt than a flannel, maybe something a little bit nicer, like a button-down black shirt or something like that, which will probably be a dead giveaway as soon as she walks in. So she's like, oh, should I not wear this? And then she takes a flannel and puts it over that, so she has the option to take it off and have the black shirt underneath. So she's overthinking every little thing, and then going to the kitchenette to make this coffee as Andy instructed for both of them.
All right, so you're gonna make it in your dorm and then bring it across to Ben's dorm?
Yes.
All right. How am I gonna make you roll? I'll make you roll for this, but I'll give you extra because
How well the
Andy
coffee
did
is done.
instruct you. So I'm gonna go ahead. What would be a good roll for this? I don't know if it's a skill. There's nobody picked
No coffee making skill.
No. Let's see. I'll make it a straight in edge. I feel like it's edge because you learned
Okay.
education.
I'll take that.
It's the hardest choice I've had to make this entire season.
I do
How to make what roll? How to roll for coffee?
I take everything Andy said and just meticulously try to do it. Oh, I got a 57 versus 64 success.
Nice. All right. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's not like barista connoisseur style, but it is coffee. It's very good coffee made in a coffee machine. You don't fuck it up, and it's how it's supposed to taste.
Yeah, I like to think that Andy hopefully gave me some paper, like big paper cups, so I fill them both up to the brim and put the lids on and just go like look in a window on the way out. I have the bag of beans in my bag and just like look in the window at myself. Like, don't fuck it up. It'll be fine. Take a deep breath and then like head across the field.
In the light, you can see just a faint misting of rain outside. Nothing too bad, like literally a mist of rain coming down. And as you walk across, it's more just like little points of moisture gather on your face, and it's a little chilly, but kind of refreshing, and almost pulls you out of the anxiety a little bit. You make it into the men's dorm and head up, passing Nate's door along the way. And
Is Nate's door closed and like is Nate home?
would Nate be home at 6:45 on a Thursday?
You know, I feel like I would have probably just got home from practice and have showered and just be chilling. And then at some point when I realize the time, I feel like I would just be like door open, like just
You see a shadow and an eye sticking out of the door as you pass Laura.
I probably see Nate and just go like kind of just like a panicked look in my eye, but just keep walking towards Ben's door.
All you see is like with the eye, a thumbs up just comes.
And like a little smile creeps across Laura's face, like, okay, because I can't give a thumbs up because I've got 2 coffees in my hand. But yeah, just like a little like, okay, it's gonna be fine. And go to Ben's door and knock on it as best as I can with double fisting coffees.
You hear a bit of clatter from the inside, and then after a moment, the door opens, and you see Ben standing there, a bit taller than you. His wavy hair, you can see that he's put like stuff in it to make it so he didn't have like a bunch of baby hairs sticking out, and like pulled it back almost into like a Geralt style hair. He's wearing a black band t-shirt and then a like light blue like button down plaid that he's like rolled up. and he's got his regular jeans. He probably owns like 2 pairs of jeans, and just in his socks right now. And you can see him like seeing you hold the coffee, like nervously goes over and grabs and pulls out peanut butter cups that were sitting on the shelf next to him. Hey, hi.
Hey, hi, I brought you look nice. I brought coffee.
Thanks. You look nice too.
Thanks.
He like awkwardly, like one hand out, grabs the coffee, and then like, I got these for you.
Oh, peanut butter cups. How did?
Yeah.
I do eat them a lot, don't I?
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine.
Thank you. I'll share with you.
Oh, thanks. Do you want to come in?
Yeah. So the coffee, I made it myself. If it's awful, please tell me.
Kind of like sniffs it a bit.
Apparently, a little birdie told me this was your favorite beans.
Is that little birdie happen to be married and work at a coffee shop?
Yes, it was Andy.
Yeah. I also told a little birdie as well about this. I hope that's okay.
It's the little birdie Marie, because
yes, I think that's her name.
I got a phone call immediately after your conversation.
Oh God.
It's fine. I think they all know now.
Kind of like looks over at Nate's door.
Is the door open? Is there? Are they inside?
They
or still
are having
outside?
this entire conversation opposite sides of the doorway.
Oh, okay. He looks over and sees that thumb saw and a second thumb.
Do you want to come inside?
Yeah, I'm gonna come inside, and I like kind of laugh as I look over at Nate.
Kind of like he looks over at you and with his free hand flips you off, Nate.
I just give a fist pump as I close the door. Just, yes, yes.
And you can see that for the first time that you've ever known him, Laura, his bed is made. And he's a lot of his like scrap paintings and like loose sketchbooks and stuff have sort of been like organized into a stack. And you can tell that he's put a lot of effort into trying to organize for the first time since coming to school.
I think Laura will notice it, but doesn't want to make Ben nervous, but kind of take that as like he's like trying. It's not like me rolling up and everything's just askew. Like I think this is a date.
And he'll, all right, so I should probably show you what I've been struggling with. And
yes.
sort of gestures to the bed. You can sit down, and the way that it's positioned, the foot of the bed is like immediately next to the computer chair, and then the computer chair is against the wall. So if you sit at the foot of the bed, you're basically sitting next to him at his computer.
Okay.
And he sips the coffee and goes, "Oh, nice. Wait, this is your
it's
first."
not bad, right?
You somehow got like the acidity out of it, which is pretty hard to do. Did you have like did Andy teach you how to do pour over or something?
No. Andy just taught me. I cleaned it first. But the machine.
That's the good first step. Yeah.
Well, in the kitchenette. That's all I really had. But Andy walked me through like do it this way, in this order, and yeah, it came out.
It's good. I have cream and sugar if you want. I just like it black.
You know, fine. And I'm gonna go over and just like awkwardly add some cream and sugar to it, and then come like sit down on the bed.
And he boots up his computer, and there is a incredibly awkward long time before the computer actually becomes usable after he's done that. At which point he doesn't think of anything to say.
So what is with your computer that you need help with?
Okay. When it turns on, I'm in computer science, so I have to learn like how to use all the programs and how to change the settings. And then they gave us like a assembly to learn. And it's just I started to it's like a language, and I started to understand it a bit, but then it started getting more complicated. And then someone said that if you don't do it well, you can erase memory, like the thoughts of your computer off of them, which made me very nervous, and I haven't really touched it since then. Are you good at? Do you know what assembly? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I've only done it in my room and things I've found online, but I could look and see.
All right. And it finally boots up, and he'll like start showing you his work and stuff. Give me a computer use.
I got 2 good rolls earlier. I'm so nervous that it's gonna not work now.
It's all right. You might be nervous.
It's the one.
It's a failure. 81 versus 50.
I mean, you can push it if you want. If you describe how you want to really push it to help him.
I ruin his computer. I'm going to push it. I'm gonna like reach over and like put my hand like kind of on the mouse and just kind of instinctively start like typing things in and like moving the mouse around in a helpful manner. So please, I hope this doesn't go badly. It's a 51 versus 50.
But you can't use luck on a push roll.
I was gonna say I was gonna use some luck. Okay, well it's better than 81 versus 50.
But a failure is a failure. And a push is worse.
You get to see all his porn.
And things were never the same.
What's he
Also on
into?
the dark side.
No,
Also on the
just
dark side.
Yeah. No. So what happens is he starts opening these programs up. You try to talk him through it and stuff. And when you put your hand on his hand on the mouse, like immediately like tenses up, but in like you can tell like in a I don't know what's happening kind of way. And that makes you nervous, which then in turn you boot up one of the programs that he's been trying to write for his class, and a black window pops up that is the command prompt, and you just see line after line of memory of his computer getting rewritten by Hello Worlds over and over and over again, so that every piece of memory in his computer gets overwritten.
Oh my god.
Give me a dexterity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I try to do something about this? I don't have a high dexterity. Oh, I got a 2 versus 30 extreme success.
You notice this immediately, and basically run command to shut down that program as fast as possible. But something on his computer several things on his computer has been deleted, and he looks at you, kind of like realizing now that your face is like pretty close, and is that bad?
Yeah, that's bad. Oh god, and I'm just gonna like stand up next to him and then just like, can I check to see what got deleted?
You know almost immediately, because he says, okay, I want to check something real quick. I found, someone told me a program that you, and he goes over and you see a white rectangle with written, like he had changed the name, music app for Laura, and he clicks it and it just like pops up and says that it's been deleted.
Oh.
That's probably okay.
It's not homework. I mean, that's so sweet of you, though. I'm sorry.
Someone told me that there's a program that you can use to make music. I kind of bought a disc off of him and downloaded it. And
well, maybe we can reinstall it. Or maybe it's what's causing the problems on your computer.
I kind of don't have the disc anymore. I didn't think that I would need it.
That's
I told
okay.
you I'm doing real bad at this class.
No, here, why don't, is that the only thing that got deleted though? Because
kind of like looks around. Yeah, you seem to have gotten it pretty quick.
Okay, so the only thing was the really sweet thing that you did for me.
You see him like immediately blush. I guess.
So I mean that makes me feel a little bit better because it was just like I'm kind of punishing myself here. I'm just glad that you didn't delete your homework or anything, or I didn't delete your
most of
homework.
my homework, and he kind of like points to the pile of art. It's right there. This is. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I'll figure something else out. I did have another question. You keep mentioning message boards or bulletin boards or something.
Forums?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem cool. I don't know how they work.
Well,
Can you show
do you have
me?
do you have an interest or a hobby that you're looking into?
I mean, movies, art, music.
Yeah, let me see. And then I'll pull up like one of my message boards and just kind of show like what it is. Like, so this is a band that I like, and I don't know, when I was a kid, I didn't have a lot of friends.
The Verve pipe?
Yes, they're great. They're one of my favorite bands, but this is when they were like just getting started, and this is just a forum that talks about bands, but this specific board is about this band. And so I met some cool people this way. I mean, I don't know them, but we just kind of talk about music and sometimes life.
So these are their names.
Yeah, you create a username and then it can be anything. And so people don't actually know who you are. They just know you by this name.
So who's this spoonful of glass?
That's me.
Oh,
Don't read that.
wow,
and I'm gonna
you really like this band.
Yeah, it's kind of a combo of a song of theirs and then an Annie Lennox song.
So then how do I interact with this?
Oh, you just and then I like click through things like super, like I'm so familiar with it. There's a sign up here and you just put your email and you put a name and password and you're in.
All right, I do have an email. I think I had to make one when I started school. And you see him type BrundleBen74.
Okay, what does Brundleben mean?
It's, have you ever seen The Fly?
I did, and it was disgusting.
Well, The Fly is a Brundle fly. The guy's name was Brundle, and BB74 is my year that I was born. Is it bad? Should I change it?
No, it's not bad. It's just interesting. Did you like The Fly a lot?
It was very creative.
And I sit back on the bed. Tell me more about you, Ben. I feel like I don't know much about you.
He like slowly leans back on the computer chair and then just like nervously sips coffee. What do you want to know?
What is your favorite thing about school?
Again, just starts blushing. This is gonna sound kind of weird. Friends, not the concept, but the show.
Yes. I haven't seen much of it, but I know it.
I feel like I've always liked the idea of like a group of friends that just sort of come and go. The idea that like everyone has the key or you leave it unlocked and they're just there for you. I think I've said this before and I made a bad joke about it, but honestly, the idea that, I don't know, like Andy and Marie can come over if they want, or we can go over to their place, and Nate is probably, his ears up against the door right now.
Yeah, it probably is.
A shadow shifts underneath the door uncomfortably.
Or like getting to hang out with you.
It is.
It's just a really nice idea.
It's not just an idea, like it's a thing, right? Like it's real.
Yeah. So that would probably be my favorite part, getting to hang out with you and the others.
I like that. I like that too. I didn't have that a lot. Did you not have that?
I was only child, weird parents. But you had siblings. Were you not close with them?
No, I mean, I haven't even talked to them since I've come to school, and my parents are just. The longer I'm away from them, the more I'm confused by them. It wasn't. No, even though I have two siblings, they are people that I grew up with,
It's fair.
which is sad when you think about it.
I mean, you didn't really choose them to be your friends. You don't have to have things in common other than being born together.
That is true. My older brother, he is much older than me, so he was already almost like out of the house by the time I got conscious, I guess. And my sister, she's a little younger, but it's almost like we were always fighting a tide separately.
And your parents weren't helpful with that?
No, I don't think so. I think they found ways to make things harder.
So then, same question. What's your favorite thing about school?
I guess in a sense, the freedom of being here without feeling obligated to people that maybe I don't want to be obligated to. I guess Marie, I have a best friend now, and Nate makes me laugh, and Andy is teaching me so much about coffee, and it's like an older brother I never had. And honestly, getting to know you.
So our favorite things are the same.
They're aligning. And can I take a glance around Ben's room? Because I know I've probably been in it before, but like, can I like intake things to see if I notice anything?
Roll a spot hidden.
Okay. Oh, I got 95 versus 25 failure.
Do you push it?
I don't push this one. I don't want to set his room on fire.
Yeah, you just see a lot of his paintings on the wall have become, as I mentioned, like more uninspired, almost like paint by numbers, trying to accomplish his tasks at school. But other than that, like, he seems to spend a lot of time in here, so everything looks like well used and recently cleaned. And a stack of movies next to the TV that's set up on the other wall from the bed.
Should I have bought popcorn? I didn't even think about that.
I think it's fine.
Can I fix anything else on your computer? I mean, I didn't mean to start a chain reaction, but like, can I do anything else to help you with it?
I mean, we didn't finish my assignment, and that's fine because it just seems to be erase everything.
Well, I could try one more time. Unless you don't trust me with it, which I totally understand because there was a lot of things getting deleted.
Listen, I trust you. I don't actually, I don't really care about this assignment, I don't care about this class too much. It's more of a portal to becoming an artist. I don't know why I have to take a science class to be an artist. So go for it. If you have to delete everything.
I won't. I will stop before anything of the sort happens. And I'm going to very carefully click around the screen to try to help.
He sort of like hops off the chair and hops onto the bed and like leans up against the post, just like painstakingly watching you work.
Should I roll another
Give me a computer use.
40 versus 50 success.
I think after some time, You managed to piece it together. It's not a particularly challenging assignment. It is literally like create a document, write hello world in it, save it, name it, and close the program. So with your knowledge of the knowledge you have of assembly, and the fact that like it's borderline open book, you managed to get it to work. And Ben like looks astonished, like you just cast a magical spell. That took. I've been working on that for like 2 weeks now. It's a little embarrassing.
No, it's not. This stuff is. I mean, if you ever need help, I can help you. And I'm just like looking at everything, and then I glance over at the file I deleted. But I can show you how to do it, and I would just like quickly run through it to show Ben what to do.
And he follows along and is interested, and it comes a bit easier as you explain it to him, and he's not struggling. And you manage to finish the assignment and end the coffees. And he sort of looks around. And he says, "I could check if Nate has snacks. Do you still want to? Do you still want to watch a movie?"
I mean, I was planning on it, unless you need to go to bed or something.
No, I'm. You can stay as late as you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'd be down to watch a movie.
All right, you pick a movie. The top 3 are homework. The bottom ones I just haven't gotten around to watching
Well, you need
yet.
to get the homework done, though, right?
Yeah, but I can watch. If you don't feel like watching them, it's fine. I'll be right back. And he sort of like keeps his head stuck out the door as he slowly. The collection that you have. There are 3 homework movies: Brazil from 1985, The Graduate from 1967, and Blue Velvet from 1986.
Dang, that's some range.
Jeremy's reaction makes me think that he knows that Blue Velvet would be a strange choice for a potential date.
Yeah. Watch The Graduate. Watch The Graduate.
What were the 3 underneath?
The not homework ones that he just hasn't watched yet is Pulp Fiction, a bootleg copy of Leon the Professional, Heavenly Creatures, and Reality Bites, which you remember he said that he thinks that you sort of have a Winona Ryder quality to you.
I think I would, before he gets back, just pull out Reality Bites and The Graduate. And my plan was to like show them and then put them behind my back and like shuffle them and then see which movie we end up watching.
All right, Nate, at about 8:30 or so, you hear a light knock on your door.
Can we say that as they went to the door, I hurriedly ran back to my room and
sitting there for hours?
No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
but
if
as
you
they,
want.
yeah, no. They knock. I leap across the room, throw open the door.
Oh. And you see Ben, a bit sweaty, wearing the outfit that you'd seen him in earlier. Do you have snacks? We don't have any snacks. I didn't think I should have snacks.
I just wordlessly hand them. I had them on hand.
All right. What do you hand him?
I think absolutely bag of chips, absolutely a small mason jar of homemade guacamole, as well as a large bag of pretzels. And probably, actually no, get the pretzels out of here. It's all chips. I start handing tubes of Pringles, and start taking chips of various brands, and then just handing them over.
He kind of like looks at you. Thanks. I think it's going well. We're gonna watch a movie now. She brought coffee. It was good. Deleted some of the stuff on my computer, but then did the assignment for me, which is amazing. I don't know how.
Look at me.
Yeah.
Breathe in. Breathe out slowly. I flip him around, give him a light massage on the shoulders as I lean in. I'm like, "You're doing great. You're doing really, really well. And guess what?
What?
She's into you.
Okay, what?
I can tell. Yeah, and I smack him on the butt and throw him back across the hallway.
You hear some chips fall, and he like picks them back up. All right. Then he walks back.
The
to
door
his
opens, and I throw a case of water past him into the room and close it again.
He knocks on his own door before
He answer it.
Aw.
What the hell?
Nate brought me a lot of chips.
Okay, well wow. Did you guys go to like the gas station?
I think it's for carbo loading, or
Okay.
I think he eats a lot of calories.
And
I
I'll,
open the
like,
door again, and I just wordlessly point at the water.
He like bends down and picks it up.
I smile at Laura again.
Thanks, Nate.
This feels weird. I'm gonna come inside now.
Okay, and I'll help grab some stuff to bring into the room.
All right. Well, we have a large selection of snacks, and he just dumps them on his bed. Did you pick one of the movies?
Well, we have two options. There is The Graduate or Reality Bites, and I thought we could play a game and see which one you end up watching.
All right. What's the game?
I hide them behind my back and shuffle them, and then you pick an arm.
All right. You, Katie, think of which one is in which of your hands, and I
Okay.
will pick.
All right, I got it.
All right. He like thinks for a second. Right hand.
And I pull out The Graduate.
All right, homework it is.
Homework, I guess the universe is chosen.
And he grabs it and puts it in. Checks that it's rewound. And then like hovers over the lights. Lights on or off?
I mean, it's off. It's a movie, so you have to turn the lights off.
Right. And turns it off. And just the faint glow of his computer screen illuminates the bedroom. And he kind of walks over and turns it off and hits play. He will sit on opposite side of the snacks from you, and then just start like digging through and Pringles, more chips, just a whole bunch of. Oh, and this mason jar of guacamole, which
Oh, that's perishable.
it's upsetting.
Do you,
It feels
well,
cold, so I think he must have a mini fridge in his dorm.
Yeah, we should eat that now. And I think I'll just like, as much as I can be comfortable, like open up one of these chips and just like start eating the guac. It's so good. I don't know how he does this.
It's magic. 1 sec. And he grabs his pillows and props them up behind you so that you can lean up against the wall and sort of shimmy into the bed a little bit. As you guys watch The Graduate, a movie that I have never seen. And it seems to be it's a romantic comedy, is what the Wikipedia says right off the bat, so that's good. Jeremy, you seem like you watched The Graduate.
Yes.
How good of a date movie is this?
It's better than the other ones you mentioned, I'll tell you that. Dustin Hoffman. Oh, go ahead.
Pushing it.
There is.
Ooh.
It's about Dustin Hoffman as an aimless college graduate falling in love with his family friend's wife, I guess, and then also dating her daughter, and like falling in love with her daughter. There's like a lot of tension, and then she's gonna get married to another dude, and Simon and Garfunkel are there, and then he breaks her out, fights a bunch of people off with a crucifix. They get in a bus, they laugh, and then they look confused, which they are, and that's the end of the movie.
Ben yells, "You stop describing the movie, Nate. We're about to watch it."
The main character's name is Ben. Benjamin Braddock, I'm pretty sure. The name of the character.
Nate's
It was
just
meant to be.
spoiling the movie in the hallway.
And apparently,
No, Mrs. Robinson actually wasn't a hit before this movie. It was released several years before this movie, but they actually had to rearrange it and re-release it as part of the. Sorry, not Sound of Silence. I'm thinking of getting them mixed up.
Ben turns. I think he had to watch it for his gender studies class.
Yeah. Definitely had to.
You know, the two romantic leads actually were very close in age, even though one of them is supposed to be significantly older. It shows how Hollywood treats women throughout the years.
He throws Pringles at you. And you begin watching the movie. he will kind of like snuggle up a little bit halfway through.
I think Laura, because Andy said, if you're into it, they're gonna probably be into it. So I think if Ben is snuggled up and like maybe 3/4 of the way through the movie, I'll try. Like, you know how when you like put the hands together and like kind of see if like there's a response like with your hand on their hand, and then if there's like, oh, we're grazing fingers, then like maybe try to go in for like a hand hold.
No. He will definitely go for it as well, and his hand is incredibly sweaty.
So is Laura's.
Okay. And the movie continues. Now, we will not fade to black, but we will set the parameters of how this goes. Do you guys do a little kissing?
If Ben goes for the kissing, Laura will reciprocate.
All right. Then you guys miss a good chunk of the end of the movie doing a little kissing.
A little makeout sesh.
A little makeout sesh as the blue video screen illuminates the room for the rest of the date, and we will end quite possibly the most nerve-wracking scene of this entire season to date.
The real horror.
Yeah.
Comparatively to last episode's end.
Marie.
Oh God.
Can you please recite, if you have it available, your story about the Raven again?
Oh, sure. I just have to scroll one moment. In the heart of the whole thing?
Yep.
In the heart of a dense forest stood a solitary cabin, its time-worn wooden walls echoing with secrets of the past. Within its confines dwelled a reclusive woman, a writer in desperate need of solitude to complete her novel. The forest winds whispered with secrets, and the rustling leaves beyond her window seemed to speak in tongues. Night after night, she battled the looming shadows that crept within her mind, attempting to craft the perfect ending to her tale. As the moon hung heavy in the sky, casting ghostly silhouettes across her typewriter, a chilling stillness enveloped the cabin. Her fingers danced over the keys, shaping the words that would bring her story to its dreadful conclusion. It was the darkest part of the night when she began writing this concluding chapter. Then, suddenly, as if in approval of her sinister narrative, a raven landed on the windowsill. Its ebony feathers glistened in the pale moonlight. Taken aback by the bird's sudden presence, she gazed into its beady obsidian eyes. It pecked at the window. Peck, 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 peck. A haunting rhythm that mirrored the frantic beating of her heart. The raven's insistent tapping grew more frenzied, its talons scratching the glass. With trembling hands, she reached to open the window. The bird fluttered inside, perching atop her desk. In that moment, the raven's beak dipped, and with surgical precision, it pecked at the author's chest. The pain was excruciating, and she gasped in terror. Her heart, now exposed, pulsed in the moonlight, its beat quickening, peck, 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 as if it had become the heart of her chilling tale. And with one final malevolent caw, the raven tore the author's heart from her chest, leaving her lifeless body slumped over her manuscript, her novel's ending cut short and eclipsed by the gruesome climax of her own tale. The forest, forever concealing its ancient horrors, devoured the secrets that lingered within the cabin, while the raven, now the keeper of her narrative, soared off alone into the night.
You lie alone on the path leading towards the chapel on Union Island. A raven had just flown in, and just as you remember from your story, torn your heart from its chest. And you see feet walking towards you. And as your vision blurs, the last thing that you can actually solidly remember is that raven. And you feel as if it was trying to wake you, but you're trapped in this vision. As the withered, dirty, and decrepit feet of Benjamin stand over your corpse, you can't look up. You just see them standing next to you. And then another sound. You hear muffled the voice of your husband, Andy. Not the creature that had been chasing you moments ago, but when he was healthy. And you see the figure's feet, startled by the sound of this muffled yelling, turn and face back to the water and slowly walk forward. And then darkness. And that's where we'll end for tonight.
All right.
I'm in trouble.
I figured we'd end on a light note after the date.
Well, we hope you all enjoyed another wonderful episode. And if you did, there are so many ways that you can support us, like becoming a sponsor for our show. So thanks, Roll20, for sponsoring today's episode. We super duper appreciate it. If you're curious how we've been doing our rolls, that's how we've been doing them. And of course, we also have merch, and we're working on a chip cult shirt, so hopefully y'all will buy them. Save your money up so that you can buy one. But designbyhumans.com/shop/roll4 is where you can get some amazing merch to help support us, and that is where the chip cult action shall be. We also want to remind you all that because of daylight savings, there's going to be a little wonkiness for the next week's episode. It's going to be 1 hour later for US and I think Canada, right? We're on the same daylight savings, and everybody else is on a different one.
Yes.
It's very weird for like a week. But that is how it lines up. But we'll let you know if you just follow us in all of the places. Roll4It. We'll be sure to let you know whenever we go live and the appropriate time. And of course, we'd like to thank our supporter today, Hero Sheep. Thank you, Hero Sheep. Bah! We love you and appreciate you. Get some roll love in chat for Hero Sheep. And of course, if you would like to become a supporter like Hero Sheep, you can head on over to our Patreon. And if you are a legend tier above, not only do you get to support an episode, but you also get to play in a private GM'd game. I got to GM some Witches and Spellcraft, which was really fun. But Kelly has also been GMing, and maybe we're going to see if we can get some other folks to GM for sure. We also have all kinds of other goodies over on our Patreon, like the after show that we're going to be doing after the show. So if you want to get all the deets and the tea, or should we say, I guess it's not tea, it's like coffee at this point. The drip.
The beans.
The drip. The beans. There you go.
Get you that drip.
You'll want to tune into that. And of course, you can become a Twitch subscriber right here on Twitch, and that gets you access to VODs in advance as well as emotes. And if you're an Amazon Prime user, you can get a sub for free. So that's kind of cool. You can also become a YouTube member over on YouTube, and that gets you access to some of those emotes. And whether you're a YouTube member, Twitch subscriber, or Patreon supporter, you get access to our private Discord where, we'll see what kind of combos happen. I think we're just still, there's so many questions from last episode because we got like a lot of lore drops. This was a very lighthearted episode comparatively, but I still have some questions about Mr. Benjamin. Of course, there's lots of non-monetary ways to support us. So, like watching us live, making clips. Thank you for the clips. We appreciate it. Watching us over on YouTube, subscribing, liking, commenting, and of course, following us on Twitter and Facebook. and interacting with all of our posts over there helps support us greatly. And with that, I would like to have these lovely people tell you, my dyslexia is coming into play, where you can find them at, because not only are they amazing RPers here on Roll4It, they do lots of other wonderful things on the internet. So first and foremost, we're going to kick it off with Jeremy Cobb. Where can people find you at when you are not creeping on your friends and providing all the snacks?
That's what I'm always doing, frankly.
Seeing babies.
You can never find me not doing that. You can find me, sometimes you can find me on Twitch. This very site, twitch.tv/casualquestlive, where I stream Mondays with Shar and Kelly. We stream a co-op Baldur's Gate 3 stream, fun times. We on Tuesdays I do well, I'm not gonna go with the whole list, but Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays, I be streaming. You can also find me on in various podcasts, most frequently the Three Black Halflings podcast. It's TTRPG podcast about inclusivity and diversity and many other things. And actually, Shar and Kelly and Margaret have all been on it for our series Big Trouble in Little News. So if you want to hear more fun throwback goodness featuring a lot of this cast, go check that out. I'm GMing that one, and it's fun. There's plenty of shenanigans, and that's the end of my plug. I'm removing the plug now and handing it to someone else.
All right, yeah. I've taken the plug. Now we're plugging it back in over to Katie. Where can people find you at when you're not very good at plugging things in, I guess, because you're breaking people's PCs? What are you up to when you're not surfing the dark web, learning about the good drip, and of course breaking people's PCs, but also going on a romantic date?
A lot happened today. But people can find me over on Twitch at Katie Peters Plays. All my links for all my social media is also over there. You can find me on all of the things, usually. But also I've been streaming a lot of horror games for the month of October. We're winding down because I can't believe Halloween is next week. But that's what I'll be doing. And then I stream 3 days a week over there. I have 2 podcasts. Katie hasn't seen that, in Quantum Drive, if you like listening to me talk. And yeah, I think that's it for now. I'm probably forgetting something, but that's me.
All right. Next up, we've got Marie, played by Shar. Where can people find you at when you are not freaking out about possible fake babies, and then also knowing all the things to get secrets from all the people? Tell us all the deets.
I just know everything, and I know everything over on Tabletop Titties, where I am the DM of our D&D show. And actually, this next episode that we do, I have passed the DM baton to one of our castmates, and I'm going to be a PC for the next little bit, which is very exciting. I can't wait. So that's over on Tabletop Titties, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Pacific. And I also am on Tabletop Titties on Thursdays for our Vampire the Masquerade show, where I'll let Kelly talk more about that. And on Mondays, you can find me on Jeremy's Casual Quest Live, where we stream Baldur's Gate 3. That's my current plugs for now.
Awesome. And next, we've got the one and only Hour Keeper, Kelly. Where can people find you at when you are not keeping us on the edge of our seat, whether through spooky moments or romance? We're all just like watching Laura's scene, like, are they gonna kiss?
Just like have imaginary popcorn.
Yeah, I was really craving food today's episode.
And coffee. You can find me also on Tabletop Titties. As Shar mentioned, our Vampire the Masquerade stream. Titties by Night is a Victorian era supernatural investigation show, which has had Jeremy, which has had Margaret, and which constantly has Shar. So what I'm learning from all of our plugs is that we need to have Katie and more things. So that will be a mission coming up.
I'm always down if you need me. So,
and I found out recently, if you Google Linktree, the Mind Right, you can find me, because I'm so bad at social media right now, because it is a cluster, and I'm not required by work to use any of them. So I use them for fun. purely. So find me there.
All right.
That's it.
I do not
I'll
use them for
unplug.
fun. I do not use them for fun. I have to use them for work, but it can be fun sometimes, depending on if people are interacting with you in a pleasant manner. But I am Margaret Crone. You can find me at Margaret Crone in all of the places. Super duper easy, except for TikTok. I'm Margaret Crone 1337 because someone has my name and they won't give it to me, and TikTok won't respond to my tickets. I don't know if their CS ever responds to anything, so I'm not sure. But, of course, I'm here on Project Morana, but I will be doing a big charity stream for Extra Life on the 4th at 10 a.m. Pacific till 10 a.m. Pacific on the 5th, which is going to be madness. So we usually raise a ton of money. This year we got a dunk tank. It's going to get wild.
Wow.
I would definitely
wild.
say I would love for y'all to tune in and have a little fun with us. I will also be over on Pod by Night for the VTM show whenever we do the next episode of that, where I get to play a little creepy kid vampire, which is a lot of fun. And with that, we're going to go record an after show. So thank you all so much for tuning in with us and hanging out with us. And we hope that you've been enjoying it, because we definitely have. And we shall see you again next week. Bye.